Tonight from Fenway Park, the first-place Red Sox battle the surging Toronto Blue Jays in the first game of a quick weekend homestand. Ace left-hander David Price pitches to keep the Sox atop the East. Now Boston's lead is 1 game up on Baltimore right now, 3.5 over the Blue Jays as the Sox return home. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Fenway. Great to have you along. I'm Dave O'Brien, and with the Hall of Famer Dennis Eckersley. And Tom Caron will be joining us in just a moment. And we see the return of Jackie Bradley Jr. back from paternity leave and the birth of a new baby girl.
I'll tell you what, going into this season, I don't think anybody really knew what Jackie Bradley they were going to get. The good Jackie Bradley of August last year or September, the bad. What they got this year was the great Jackie Bradley. You see the month of May, and this is a month of May where you see, to me, the slugging percentage and the on-base percentage and the OPS through the roof. And it has been a long time since somebody's won this award, but it goes to Jackie Bradley. He's one of the best outfielders in the game, probably having one of the best years. He should be an all-star if he voted right this second. But what a year he's had, having a baby. Yeah. It's amazing what he's went through. Emerson
Claire Bradley, a beautiful name, his latest hit, and he's back in the lineup tonight. And talk about a great night for baseball as well. Just a few hours ago, it was overcast, it was cloudy. The sun has come out shining. A great night for the ball game. The Red Sox and Toronto coming up. BuyAToyota.com, Toyota's website for deals. By Dunkin' Donuts, America runs on Dunkin'. Subaru Retailers of New England. By LL Bean, discover gear that lasts at LLBean.com. By the 2017 Kia Sportage, visit anykiadealers.com to learn more. Digital Federal Credit Union, see what DCU can save you. And by Southwest Airlines, transparency, low fares, and nothing to hide. Red Sox and Toronto back at Fenway for a 3-game series. Then the Red Sox are back out on the road to San Francisco and Minnesota. Dave O'Brien with you. We'll bring in Tom Caron and TC. It's David Price's night, and we'll see if he can knock off Toronto yet again. He is 17-2 lifetime against the Blue Jays.
Yeah, Dave, the Red Sox hoping those numbers against the Blue Jays continue tonight. Red Sox pitching can use the rest, and they've got the ace on the mound. David Price, as we all know, prior to his start against Houston, kind of tweaked his mechanics, a mechanical adjustment, and even though he's had so much success at major league level, he has seen improved success since that adjustment. 3-0 in the 4 starts, 2.63 his earned run average, and he still leads the league league in strikeouts. It all coincides with the tweak that has led to increased velocity, more success, and the enduring respect of his pitching coach and teammates.
David and I, we had discussed many things, and we're talking about his direction, the leg lift, and then when we added the addition of moving the hands, particularly from the windup to give himself a little more freedom, all of a sudden, we saw a little more of the life get back. And certainly a veteran like that who's had the success he's had, a Cy Young Award winner, to still, you have to make adjustments in this game throughout your career, whether it be long or maybe not quite as long, but the guys that maintain their success are guys that are able to make those adjustments. He's certainly that kind of guy.
And again, Red Sox pitching can use the breather tonight. They'd like Price to go deep. 25 runs allowed over the last 2 games in Baltimore, including 7 home runs at Camden Yards by the Orioles last night. That matches the most ever given up by the Red Sox in 1 game. David Price hoping to change that tonight. The ace was acquired for that very reason. He's supposed to be the stopper and put a stop to the little 2-game losing streak. Price against Dickey, Red Sox and Blue Jays coming up at Fenway.
West Airlines, transparency, low fares, and nothing to hide. Toronto coming in a hot team. They have won 8 of their last 10. They just swept the Yankees, outscoring New York 15-3 in that series. Mr. Price on the bump. And time for a look at the Blue Jays lineup. It's brought to you by your New England Chevy dealers. Jose Bautista is their leadoff man these days. Donaldson, Encarnacion, and Saunders give them home run threats. Smoke is in the 5-hole with Travis, followed by Pilar, Barney, and Tolley the catcher. He always catches the knuckleballer R.A. Dickey. Starting pitcher presented by your New England Audi dealers. David Price, the left-hander, 7-1, ERA of 5.11. He makes his 3rd start against Toronto this season.
The Red Sox defense brought to you by Southwest Airlines. You see they've made 26 errors in 54 games. You see the infield go around 3rd to 1st. Travis Shaw, Bogey at short. Pedroia at 2nd. Hanley Ramirez at 1st. In the outfield, Blake Swihart, Jackie Bradley Jr., Mookie Betts at right. Behind the plate, Christian Vasquez catching David Price.
The umpires tonight are brought to you by ToyotaCertified.com. Chris Conroy behind the plate, Jerry Meals, Sean Barber, and Ron Kulpa, the 3rd base umpire. Bautista in, ready for the first one from David Price. Beautiful night here at Fenway. And in there for a strike, and we are underway. Bautista hitting just .231, but he does have 11 home runs. just off the corner. 39 career home runs against the Red Sox, including one against Price last weekend off that foul screen at Rogers. One and right back to the 6'5" left-hander. Up off his toes, and he gets him for a fast out. Where available, this telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your TV remote. SAP presented by ToyotaCertified.com. Search for your factory-backed Toyota certified used vehicle right now. Weather has improved dramatically the last few hours, Eck, and it's 68 degrees. Just a perfect night.
Perfect night.
One man away, Donaldson the batter. 257 with 13 home runs and a strike.
See David Price in the same position he was last time out, trying to stop this losing streak. Did a decent job. He left the mound winning 3-2 last time out, but they didn't hold on to win that game.
He allowed 5 hits, 2 runs, and left to a very nice ovation from an appreciative Blue Jay crowd who saluted him for the second half he pitched for the Toronto team last year. He said later it really did touch him.
You know, nothing gets this guy rattled. You know, for me to see how he reacted when he was pitching so poorly, and the way he answered the questions. I mean, he was just like, okay, you know, I stink right now, but he's not worried. He's so confident. He knows he's one of the best pitchers in the game, and he's shown it over the last 4 starts.
He's gone to 3-1 on Donaldson. Encarnacion on deck.
I mean, he tries to paint on every throw. It's amazing. He's trying to cut the outside corner, cut the inside corner. Doesn't throw his fastball as much as he used to. I mean, he wants to cut it. He loves his changeup.
The 3-1, and that'll miss.
He just did not give in. I mean, he's trying to paint that outside corner. The ball is just outside, but I'll tell you what, as the game goes on, he makes a pitch like this, he may get it later on.
By the way, we are experiencing some technical difficulty with our pitch zone technology tonight. We're working diligently to get it going again, so thanks for your patience.
You don't know how much we rely on that, me in particular. I mean, really, luckily we could see it on the center field scoreboard here, but
I'm with you. It's just one of those things that you've really become accustomed to seeing all the time. That one down low for a ball on Encarnacion, who is a .227 career hitter against Price, but he does have 3 home runs against David, who just walked Donaldson. Just getting started at Fenway. And a big crowd expected on this Friday night. He would not chase, and now it's 2-0.
To me, the first 3 guys in the lineup are who you just don't want to have you beat you. And he's pitching like it right now.
He's thrown 10 pitches and only 3 strikes out of the gate. Encarnacion has hit safely in 5 in a row. He has 10 home runs on the year with 42 runs batted in, so he's been productive despite a batting average of .245. The 2-0.
Oh.
High fly center field, backing up. Jackie Bradley turning around back at Sales, and that ball is out of here.
That ball was crushed. Flap up.
Encarnacion with his 11th home run quickly makes it 2-0.
You see this fastball, it catches some of the plate. He gets full extension and lifts this ball. I mean, this ball, as soon as he made contact, I went, oh. This ball goes halfway up the foul. I mean, the flagpole. Look at it, way up there. Whoa, it happened again. Last time out, he gave up a 2-run home run to Bautista. Now Encarnacion gets him.
This is getting old for the Red Sox pitching staff after 7 home runs allowed last night. That's up the middle for a base hit. So 3 consecutive men have reached here after Bautista grounded back to the mound to begin the game.
A lot of fastballs early on, and You could see why he would try to pitch around the first 3 hitters and just left one out over the plate to Encarnacion. But a lot of fastballs early on. He's trying to get settled in here.
Toronto hits a lot of home runs. They're 5th in the American League in homers. The Red Sox are 4th.
I mean, you watch Encarnacion take batting practice, it's frightening. I was about to say that before he went bridge.
Justin Smoke, 274 with 5 home runs, has some power as well. And he takes a strike.
Here, mix a little cutter in just to change your pattern here. He's not really throwing real hard. 93.
Price has won each of his last 8 decisions against Toronto. 284 earned run average, but this one off to a rough start.
Well, he jumped on that fastball. You see how he just follows through. He doesn't go all the way through. He stands up and recoils. That's a strong man.
So to count 0-2 on Smoke. He's 1 for 9 against Price, and he hits that one foul.
It's almost like it got his attention. All of a sudden he's wanting to throw a little harder right now. Getting serious. You see Smoke just catches this out of the glove. Foul ball. The ball's by him.
The home run ball at Fenway has been an issue for Price. Travis on deck. Here comes the 0-2 pitch to Smoke. 1 man out. Here's Bogarts to Pedroia, 1 on to first, double play. So they wind up with a massive 2-run homer from Encarnacion. That's 8 home runs over the last couple of nights allowed by the Sox staff. BuyAToyota.com, Toyota's website for deals. It'll be Betts, Pedroia, Bogarts, Ortiz, Ramirez, and Shaw. Jackie Bradley back in. Vasquez and Swihart all up against R.A. Dickey. And the first one in there for a strike. The knuckleballer 2-6. ERA of 4.64. And he has a 2-0 lead after a flagpole home run by Encarnacion to give him a little bit of wiggle room.
You don't see too many flagpole home runs, do you?
No, you don't. Well, Mookie Betts could duplicate that the way he's been swinging the bat, just out of his mind. 5 home runs his last 3 games, 10 in his last 22 games. He's hit safely in 6 in a row. as he trickles that one foul. And at 23 years old, he's already tied a Red Sox franchise record for multi-homer games as a leadoff hitter. He's done it 5 times. Johnny Damon, the only other player to record 5 career multi-home run games as the Red Sox leadoff man. And that one comes up and hits him, a foul ball.
You wonder what he thinks when he went home those 2 nights. The first night, right? The 3 jacks. And he must be, I mean, it's hard to go to sleep. You're digging yourself like that. I mean, how can you not? And then you go deep the next night, 2 times in a row again in the first and second.
2 times, yeah.
It's incredible. There's no telling what he's capable of doing. I mean, the say hey kid, right? Willie Mays.
And I know you were a Willie Mays guy growing up. That was your idol. That was your hero. So, I mean, that doesn't escape your lips. I mean,
I know.
Just as anything.
I tell you, I didn't know Mays was small. Not that small, but Mays was, what, 5'10"?
Yeah,
maybe?
Yeah.
I just thought he hit bombs. I thought he was 6'5".
That's going to miss for ball 4. So Mookie is on. Well, back to those 5 home run swings in Baltimore.
The incredible part of all this is center field. He crushed that one. That ball just got in down the line, and then you see opposite Johnson. I mean, that is, and then the changeup. I mean, it went on and on and on. Had a ball thrown at his head. Didn't even know that they were trying to throw at him.
I mean, it speaks to some of his innocence.
Yes.
That they had every intention of at least, casting a warning his way, and he could have cared less. He hit it out of the ballpark, but then he came back to the dugout and he said, why are they throwing it? What did I do wrong?
He's so focused. He's not even thinking about getting drilled.
On at first base for Dustin Pedroia. Very hot bat right now. And a 10-game hitting streak.
Dustin's been hitting everything to right field. I mean, he got more right field hits than anybody. I mean, I don't think you throw that out the window with Dickey on the mound. You're not trying to wait back on something.
Now, Pedroia has hit safely each of his last 23 games against Toronto. The only players with hitting streaks that are longer are Jerry Remy and Vladimir Guerrero. Remdog with 26 in a row.
I wonder if Remy knew that before they threw that stat out. I don't think he would remember that.
He did not, actually.
I didn't think so. And he wasn't trying to be humble either. No. You don't remember stuff like that.
Did not recall that. Vladimir Guerrero, who swung at everything.
Right.
Cold hard facts brought to you by Clean Crisp Coors Light. Toward the hole. Travis will scoop it and get him down to second base. Is Mookie Betts. So Pedroia advances the runner, and that'll send up the red hot Xander Bogaerts, who has hit safely in 26 consecutive games. And the only hit streak longer in baseball this season, 29 in a row, by Jackie Bradley, who's back in the lineup and batting 7th tonight after missing the Baltimore series.
I wonder if it took a little pressure off having done, what, 15 of these while Jackie was doing his thing under the radar a little bit.
First pitch, and that'll be in there for a strike. Xander, one of only 3 shortstops in Sox history to record a hitting streak of at least 26 games. Nomar did it twice, and Johnny Pesky did it. Betts at second with 1 down. Red Sox trailing 2-0. Xander on the road trip went 12 for 36. 6 for 21 in Baltimore. And he takes it inside. He's hitting .400 with runners in scoring position, tied for the lead in the American League.
Amazing at bat last time against Dickey up there in Toronto, where he fouled off all those knuckleballs. I mean, that's hard to do. Foul off knuckleballs that many.
Foul back.
And that was a big reason why they had that inning more than anything else. Dickey could give up some bombs now too. He's given up 95 home runs since he's been a Blue Jay.
Yeah, that is more than any pitcher in the majors as far as home runs allowed since he got to Toronto. 2-2 and spoiled again. Red Sox have already beaten Dickey twice this season, 7-4 and 4-1. Both of those back in April. In lifetime, he is 6-8 against the Sox, an ERA of 4.5.
Boy, he's getting up there too, isn't he? 41 years old. You wonder how long he can do this.
Red Sox trying to get on the board here in the bottom of the first inning. 2-2. Hard ground ball deep short. Scooped up by Barney, off balance, and he's going to get him. What a fine play. Down to third, Mookie Betts.
Well, that is a great play. The Blue Jays defense brought to you by DraftKings. The Blue Jays have made 31 errors in 55 games. You see the infield, Josh Donaldson at third, Barney at short, Travis at second, Justin Smoke at first. In the outfield, Michael Saunders, Kevin Pillar, Jose Bautista behind the plate, Tolley catching Dickey. This is a great play by Barney. I didn't think he had a chance to throw him out with Bogart's wheels, and he went momentum carrying him the other way, got enough on that ball to throw it across the diamond.
He's won a Gold Glove, but as a second baseman.
That's impressive right there.
Tulowitzki out with the injury, so he's playing shortstop. Here's Big Papi now. First one will miss for ball one. David in his career against Dickey is 10 for 36 with 3 home runs. He's hit safely in 10 consecutive games. Mookie Betts at third base. Of course, with the knuckleball, you're always looking for a wild pitch or a pass ball.
You see that? That ball looked like a slider. And that's what we'll say about tomorrow when Stephen Wright throws. Look at that ball slides inside. That's ridiculous.
Foul back. Time now to see who's been driving the ball, presented by Toyo Tires. David Ortiz, 10 in a row, a .439 average with 17 RBIs and 6 home runs in those 10 games.
Whew.
Toyo Tires, the official tire of the Boston Red Sox. That's off the mitt. Here comes Betts. He's in to score, and the Red Sox are on the board on a pass ball. So always a factor, Rick.
Simple as that. You get a guy on third base, and the pressure is on the catcher Tolley. And this thing, it dances. It's a beautiful thing. Guys can't hit it, but you can't catch it. With a guy on third, this kills you. Look at that ball. Just clanks it. And you got Mookie. That there's nobody at third anyway. He's halfway down the line. He scores easy.
2-2 is inside. That one got him. David Ortiz struck by the pitch on a 79-mile-an-hour knuckleball. Let's see if David is okay. John Farrell out with a trainer.
Well, luckily it's a knuckleball, but that's easy for me to say because it doesn't hurt. But if you get you in the right spot in your hand, I mean, doesn't matter how hard you throw, it's gonna. Is that his wrist? I thought it was his forearm to begin with, but it might have caught him on the wrist. Yes. Ow! I don't care if it's only 75 miles an hour. That's got to hurt.
Just the second man that Dickey has hit with a pitch this season. David flexing that left hand.
Never said that move. Remember the movie? I was trying to think of the movie. So I saw it somewhere written somewhere about talking about Stephen Wright's knuckleball. It happens every spring. It's this movie about a professor that makes this formula, and they put it on a ball, and that was the movie. I think it was a Disney movie, some funky movie. It wasn't Son of Lover. It was this other movie, and you throw it and put it on the ball. This guy was in the big leagues right away because he couldn't hit it. It would go right over the bat, right over the bat. It was like, this is what we're going to see for 2 days.
That's what it is. When it's really dancing. Well, David is going to hang in there. Several times Dickey has looked over at him, I think hoping to get some eye contact and
try to say he's sorry.
I think in a way.
I guess.
Andy Ramirez to step in at .291, 4 homers, 31 runs batted in. Red Sox have pulled it within 1, 2-1 Toronto. And that'll be a strike. Hanley's starting to pick it up a bit. He's driven in a run each of his last 4 games against Toronto. 10 for 38 against Dickey with a home run. Dickey had one of those classic knuckleball starts last time out against the Red Sox. He was dancing so well that he no-hit the Sox for 5 1/3 innings and then didn't get anybody out after that. He just collapsed and failed to retire any of the next 5 batters, and that got him hooked. Foul back.
Yeah, I heard you talk about it up there in Toronto. They're saying that, you know, you don't know what to do with it. As a manager, you don't know when it's just going to go. It just goes. It could be 3 bombs out of the ballpark, or you can walk the house. You just don't know. And as fast as you lose it, you can regain it and get 10 guys out in a row easily.
He wound up with a no decision. He went 5 1/3, giving him 3 runs. He walked 4 men. The 1-2 pitch to Hanley and popped him up, but that'll make the seats.
Boy, Hanley's due for an extra base hit, isn't he? I mean, he's gotten his hits, but he hasn't really driven the ball.
He's not homered since early in the 2nd week of May. 15 straight games without an extra base hit. Tell you what, there are a lot of Toronto fans here. That one darts down and in for ball. We've been seeing them coming into the ballpark all night. There's a lot of them here.
And they were booing their anthem because the guy didn't sing it quite right. They made a mistake and they booed him.
He missed on "O Canada."
Yes.
And he missed bad. I mean, I can't blame them. Ortiz at first, and a 2-2 from Dickey. Now 3-2. Got to be the worst feeling in the world to not get the words right in the anthem.
But you would never think they're going to boo. And I knew it wasn't the Red Sox fans because we see all the blue.
It was definitely the Toronto fans.
Took it personal.
They unloaded. 3-2, and Ortiz will be on the move, and that's high. So he's walked 2 men and hit a batter in this inning. Red Sox fans, the 2016 Esurance MLB All-Star Game ballot is here. Head to redsox.com to choose your hashtag ASG worthy stars and send them to the Major League Baseball All-Star Game presented by MasterCard on July 12 in San Diego. Be sure to vote at redsox.com/vote. Certainly Jackie Bradley lines up. Certainly Xander Bogaerts, David Ortiz, Mookie Betts, the way he's been playing. And Jackie coming to the on-deck area. Travis Shaw, the batter. Hitting .289, 7 homers, 35 runs batted in. Does have a home run, as you can see, against Dickey. Toronto in front 2-1 in the first inning. 2 men on, and popped him up. The catcher Tolle will make that catch. Oh, he staggered a bit, but he hauls it in. So the Red Sox get the 1. It's 2-1. The Blue Jays after 1. Second inning, 2-1. Toronto has the lead, and a batter will be Devin Travis, the second baseman, hitting .259. No homers and 3 runs batted in. He'll be followed by Pilar and then Barney. Price roughed up in the first inning, allowed a home run, a base hit. He also walked a man. And in between innings, David Ortiz getting some attention from the training staff as they look at that wrist.
You don't think anything of it. It's a knuckleball. It doesn't matter. I mean, you could break a bone easily there. Price having a tough time with the strike zone. A couple of kind of weak fastballs, 90, 91.
He's fallen behind 3-0 here on the leadoff man in the inning. Devin Travis. It's a guy who can run in there for a strike. Travis, the guy who scored on that big play up in Toronto over the weekend. 3-1 on the way. That's a strike. That picks up the corner.
See, we got one already. You keep dotting that outside corner, you're going to get one sooner or later. He's setting up right on the corner, and that could go either way.
Looking to put away Travis, and he does. He came back with that cutter. Travis didn't think so, but he's a strikeout victim.
I mean, this is cutter paint, back to back. Fastball comes back with a cutter, catches the corner. I mean, this big guy, David Price, he can paint for a big boy. A little 89-mile-an-hour cutter on the corner. See ya. Gives up on it. Perfect pitch.
Number 80 for the American League strikeout leader. Here's Pilar. He steps in at .246 with 2 home runs. Hitting just .202 on the road this season. A strike.
Boy, when he's got it going on, he just pounds the strike zone. And I'm not talking about right down the middle. I'm talking in and out.
Trying to make it 2 consecutive strikeouts, but that one way wide. Pilar 1 for 9 against Price in his career. The one is a home run.
He swings at everything. Don't throw him a strike. He'll change up here.
1-2, and he bounced it.
See a little 3-finger okay changeup. Turn it over a little bit. Wish I had one of those. I would have been good.
You might have been all right. You might have won or saved some games in your career.
If I only had that changeup. That's
only
hard
had
pitch.
a changeup.
Yep.
How your life would have been different.
Exactly.
2-2. Fly to right field. Easy play for Mookie Betts. 2 down. Red Sox Nation, from now through the end of June, Aetna will donate $500 to Boston Healthcare for the homeless for every inning completed by a Sox starting pitcher at Fenway. Visit Nesson.com for a running tally. Just another way Aetna is helping build healthier communities. Darwin Barney made a tremendous play in the hole already in this game, but he is 0 for 6 in his career against Price. Bases empty, 2 down, 2-1 Toronto. Swinging a hot bat, hitting .370 in his last 19 games. And a 1-0 from Price. Just outside. The 2-0 to the number 8 hitter. Once again, he falls behind. 3 balls and no strikes.
He's out of sync. When he makes bad throws, they're way out. See if he lifts his hands up here. He does, real high.
You saw Vasquez point to that shoulder, and that's inside for ball 4. He walked on 4 straight.
I'll tell you, they talk, catchers all tell you, keep your shoulder in, keep your shoulder in. You keep your shoulder in. Sometimes it has a mind of its own, I'm telling you. I mean, you're trying to throw a ball 95 miles an hour. I mean, and somebody tells you to keep your shoulder in. How do you throw it 95 if you keep your shoulder in?
Do you ever do that to a catcher? You're like, keep your shoulder in.
Yeah, depends on who's catching.
Yeah. Here's Tolley. Hitting 143 with a homer and 1 run batted in. He's the knuckleball catcher. High chop on the infield. Charging on Bogarts. Off balance. Got him. Almost collided with Shaw, but he kept his feet underneath him. And that retires the side. 1 man left. 2-1 Toronto. Does that man look sleepy to you? We'll check back in about 6 weeks. Jackie Bradley, the new dad, takes a strike. He's hitting .331 with 9 homers and 37 runs batted in. He and his wife Erin celebrating the birth of a beautiful little girl, Emerson Claire Bradley, as he returns to the Red Sox after missing 3 games to paternity leave. And our congratulations to Jackie and the entire Bradley family.
Yeah, good for him. What a year it's been for him. What a month, what a year.
And a ground ball pulled to Travis. 1 man out. Sunday on Nesson Clubhouse, we celebrate World Environment Day. We tell you the difference between playing on turf and playing on dirt. Plus, Blake Swihart teaches D'Angelo Ortiz how to block the plate. Catch it all Sunday at noon on Nesson Clubhouse, presented by Delta Dental of Massachusetts. A reminder, as Vasquez gets in, we are experiencing some technical difficulty with our pitch zone. We're trying to get that corrected tonight. 1 man away for Vasquez, hitting .231. He'll be followed by Blake Swihart. Toronto in the lead 2-1 on a massive home run by Encarnacion. The shortstop Barney will scoop and fire. 2 fast outs. Hey, our congratulations to Father Larry Esposito, Good Shepherd Parish, Linwood, Mass. Big weekend. Celebrating his 70th birthday this weekend and his 40th anniversary of his being ordained as a Catholic priest.
Oh.
Father, congratulations. 2 down for Swihart. He'll step in at .246. No homers and 4 runs batted in. Dickey looking for a fast inning, and that's in there for a strike. He's a fast worker. Popped him up. Travis into right. And the Red Sox are going to go very quietly. 1, 2, 3. After 2, 2-1 the Blue Jays. Baseball is brought to you by T-Mobile. Red Sox at 32-22, 1-game lead over the Orioles now, and 3.5 over this Toronto team, which has been playing very, very well and getting a lot of good pitching. Staff ERA at 3.58. That's number 2 in the American League.
That's what the scary thing about this team is that they really haven't swung the bats all that well. Last year they were like the Red Sox, scoring what, close to 900 runs last year. And now they've got decent starting pitching, which is so unlike them.
Here's Bautista. He is 0 for 1 with a comebacker. Oh, right off Price. It ricochets to Pedroia. He has a play, but he can't pick it up. And so Bautista will be on board, and we'll see if Price is all right because he got stung.
Boy, that got him good. I mean, he couldn't do anything about it. He's kind of recoiling when he gets done throwing. Usually you get your glove in the way. When it's at your stomach, you could get your glove up right there. Watch. Right back at him. I mean, right off his chest.
Did he get any glove on it?
I don't think so. Look at this. Right back at him. He slowed it down. Maybe it hit. I don't know what it hit, but he's not going to let anybody know. Everything's cool. No big deal.
I think he may have gotten some leather on it.
You think?
I'm hopeful.
Yeah, I mean, he's acting like it didn't hit him. Usually if it hits you on the arm, you take some time.
Yeah. So it's a base hit and brings up Donaldson, the reigning MVP, has walked and scored. He was on base when Encarnacion hit one 2/3 of the way up off of the flagpole, which is just to the right of the 379 marker. His 14th home run.
These first 3 guys are scary.
That was a shot.
Was a shot.
Nobody out, a man on.
He doesn't know what he wants. There's 4 things he's doing. Finally, a little cutter, backdoor cutter.
The 0-1 drops in for a strike.
Sometimes a pitcher doesn't really know what he wants. You may put the first sign down that he wants, but he didn't want it at that moment. So he keeps looking in and looking in. And you got to give him everything to get back to that one. You change your mind, because he's running the show. Vasquez isn't.
0-2 down into the dirt. Price with the longest streak against the Blue Jays. He's won 8 decisions in a row against them since Roger Clemens won 9 in a row, which ended in 1992. Yeah, Price really slowing it down here.
Fastball away. Little tap inside.
2-2.
I'll tell you one thing you can't do off the Price is steal a bag. I mean, nobody has ran on him like some crazy stat, like 40 starts or something crazy like that. I mean, he's so quick to the plate. Little teeny little leg kick.
Fouled away to the right as Donaldson hangs in there. It's always been tough against the Red Sox. 322 in his career.
You know, last time out against Toronto, from the stretch, he gave up a home run on a slider or cutter to Bautista. And it was on a little slide step, and he didn't pull his hands up. Jerry caught it too. That was the one pitch he didn't pull his hands up. And the ball was out of the ballpark.
Yeah, he picked for it. Runner holding, and that is high for ball 3. It's been 43 starts since anyone stole the bag off him.
Wow, that's amazing. To not have to worry about guys running. I mean, that is out of the game, running.
Goes back to September 28 of 2014. He has not been real efficient tonight with his strikes, however. There goes the runner, and it's knocked foul out of play. He's thrown 40 pitches, and he's only thrown 21 strikes.
Yeah, he's not on his game tonight. He really isn't, because he's misfired a few times. He's had some tired gas every once in a while too, you know, like 90, 91, and then you'd see him try to hump up a few times.
Toronto ahead 2-1 in the top half of the 3rd inning. And Bautista was taken off on a 3-2 pitch last time. And now time is granted here to Donaldson.
Boy, he took his sweet time. He wasn't going to deliver. I couldn't wait that long. There's no way I could stand there and not shake after a while.
Price has always been a very deliberate guy with men on base.
You aren't kidding.
Here's the payoff pitch. Runner goes. Spoiled again. Baltimore is hosting the Yankees tonight, and they have a 1-0 lead early in that one. They're in the 3rd inning. Red Sox ahead by a game in the division after splitting that 4-game series with the Birds.
Who was that? Tillman, right?
Yep.
Number 30.
The 3-2 again to Donaldson with the runner going, and it's fouled off once more on a changeup. Donaldson ranking among the American League leaders in extra base hits. He's 7th and 8th in home runs with 13. And he's hitting .340 off of lefties.
You really don't see him throw over all that much. This is he's trying to wait him out here. It's like he's in no hurry to deliver a pitch.
He also knows who's on deck.
I mean, the hitter is anxious. There's no doubt about it. Donaldson wants to crush something.
Down low, but dug out by Hanley. Price lifetime 17-2 against Toronto. So they were delighted to acquire him from the Tigers last year. That really paid off. They run to postseason play, runner not going, and this one popped into right field. So long at bat will end on that. A fly to Mookie Betts. Let's toss it down to our man Tom Caron. TC.
Hey, OP, I'm here with Lindsey Buchholz. The 4th annual Buchholz Bowl coming up in July. This becomes such a cool event. Tim Wakefield and I got to host it last year, but you're kicking it up to another level this year, aren't you?
We are. This year we have a benefit concert. So it's the Buchholz Bowl and Benefit Bash. So we have 8 bands, country bands, that are coming out, and our headliner is Thompson Square.
Huge. And this is at the House of Blue. You got the whole thing.
House of Blue. So we start off at Lucky Strike. We do the bowling, live auction, silent auction. All the Red Sox come out, and then we kick it over to House of Blues, and we do a full-on country bash benefit concert with another big, huge live auction package there, and it's all for the kids. It's a great cause.
July 7th.
And you're hosting it again.
I just found out I'm hosting it, by the way. This is breaking news to all of us.
Sorry.
That's all right. Thank you for asking.
I talked to Wake last night. He said he's in. So
Wake's in, I'm in.
Okay.
Here we go. And last year, everybody, I mean, you said the whole team, literally the whole team is there.
Everybody comes out. We have a lot of celebrities. We have a lot of Patriots, a lot of Bruins. Everyone comes out for it. And, you know, that's what it's about. Like, it's bigger than baseball. You know, we're helping save lives, save kids' lives. So,
Base hit into left field off the bat of Encarnacion to play at third. He got him. Bautista cut down at third base. TC, sorry to interrupt there.
No. The game is bigger than all of us, OB. We know that. So we took a break for the out at third base real quick. Yeah, we got him out. It's all good. But just to wrap it up, the info is up on the screen, I believe, right now.
ClayBuchholzFoundation.org. You can buy tickets there. Again, we would love it's $75 a ticket. So,
which, to put it in perspective, that amount of money can change an entire life.
Change lives. We help kids that have it's a home for kids with cancer here. So it's $5,000 a month to help a family with kids with cancer. We help a school for autism that $75 is care for a week. Melmark and, you know, Mohegan Sun and Mass Mutual, they are sponsoring it. It's a huge event. Thank you for coming out to host it. And
yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for asking.
I'm afraid a ball is going to come. You better catch it.
We're going to get out of here before we take a line drive. So, guys, all the Red Sox will be there, and apparently I will be there too.
Yeah, and hosting, as you've since been told. Thank you, TC. Great stuff there with Lindsay, and what an amazing event that is. I mean, it's a great night of fun and all for a terrific cause.
I can't remember the last time I bowled.
You got to go. I want to see you bowl.
That's the 7th they said?
I actually want to see Mookie bowl.
Yeah, he can bowl.
Because he's the real deal. What, 7 perfect games? Well, here's Saunders. Swihart just made an outstanding throw to cut down Bautista.
What a play by Swihart. You know, Bautista, the ball is right in front of him. Change up, hooks it down the line, but Swihart gets to it. Doesn't let it get to the fence. Throw, one hop, right there, bang. Bautista has got the play right in front of him, but throws right on the money. Is that his first put out from the outfield? I think so.
I think it is. Indeed it is. And that is outside for a ball. He had a couple when he was with the Paw Sox and learning to play the outfield. He said, I actually had 3, but the umpire missed one. He was ragging on the umpire. It's the AAA umpire. He said, I absolutely got the guy.
That was easy for him. I mean, the play was made because he got it on a hop, didn't go to the fence.
2-1 big swing and a miss on a fastball. 2-2. Toronto in front here 2-1. We're in the 3rd inning. Dennis Eckersley, Dave O'Brien, and Tom Caron. A man of so much ability and talent, and all you have to do is reach out and grab him and say, come host my event, and he'll come do it. He'll do your post game and your pre-game. He'll do your play-by-play.
Just to stay in shape, right?
Yes, the 2-2. Fouled on the ground.
I'll tell you, that was a big play. You think about it right now, this could be the play of the game.
Yep.
I thought that was going to be a double for sure. 2nd and 3rd, 1 out.
I was talking to Blake before the game. I said, how much sleep do you get? Red Sox get in about 3 o'clock in the morning. He said, oh man, it was great. I crashed. I slept until about noon. I'm looking at him like, well, that's a guy who's 24 years old, right? He can sleep till noon
and feel good.
Conversa is chatting with John Farrell in his office, and John was up at 9 o'clock in the morning. He said, I can't sleep. And I'm the same age John is. I'm the same way.
But the older you get, the less sleep you need.
True.
No, it's not.
Well, actually,
yeah.
now that you say so,
yeah.
We all could have used a few more winks, but looks like Swihart is wide awake. Runner at first base, 2 down, the 3-2. Runner going, that's inside and got him. And Saunders hit by the pitch. Price is not sharp tonight. Runners on at first and second now. He's allowed 3 base runners in this inning.
You see Saunders, his hands sort of go to the ball like he's going to pull the trigger, and then he tries to stop it, gets him on the wrist, almost identical to Ortiz, but that ball was thrown a little harder.
Eck, what do you see going on with him tonight? Because in the first inning, a walk, a homer, a single. Second inning, a ball 4. This inning, 2 singles, a hit batsman, And he's fortunate his left fielder really bailed him out.
To me, it's about rhythm more than anything else. You can't just take your time in between pitches, throw over. You know, it's just you got to get it and go. I mean, sometimes he's thinking too much. You know, it's like it takes too much time.
So 2 aboard for Smoke, who hit into a double play in the first inning. There are 2 out here. Price is already up to 53 pitches with 2 down in the 3rd. So indicating he is not going to have a really long night unless he can start getting fast outs. That has not happened yet. 2-1 Toronto. They're threatening again. Foul tipped into the mid.
Then he goes back to his favorite spot, which is the outside corner to right-handed hitter. He can wear out that spot because he faces a lot of right-handed hitters, and that's his bread and butter. Fastball away. He'll throw a changeup out there. He'll throw a little cutter back door. He loves that side of the plate. Now he goes in.
Flared foul. 0-2. Went back to number 1 there. Smoke, a guy who's been getting on base a lot over his last 29 games. He's been on base in 24 of them.
This guy's got a slow bat.
Encarnacion at second. Saunders at first. And Price thinking about a strikeout here. So far tonight, only 1 K in the book.
They're going to go in hard.
The lefty's 0-2.
Oh.
Line shot center. Jackie coming on, makes the catch, but that one was hit stiff. He's fortunate to get out of that inning unscathed. 2-1 Toronto.
You aren't kidding.
Red Sox moment honoring the '86 Sox in their 55th game of the '86 campaign. The Red Sox lost to the Brewers 7-3. Mike Brown only lasted 3 1/3. He took the loss for the Red Sox. Sox trailing here 2-1 as we go to the last half of the 3rd inning. Second time around against the knuckleballer Dickey. Mookie has scored the only Red Sox run so far. Boston without a hit as he walked and eventually scored on a pass ball. Trickled toward third. Donaldson with a bare hand throws. That's another fine play. Bang, bang at first base. But the left side of their infield has turned in a couple of dandies.
I mean, that's a do or die right there. He knows he can't glove this ball, but it's hard to catch this ball barehanded, coming dead in on it. Bare hands it, gets a feel for it to throw it across the diamond. I tell you, you got to try to hurry up and get that thing to be able to throw. It's amazing play. It's amazing what these third basemen can do. on the run. Donaldson, nice play.
A lot of good defensive third basemen these days.
There is, and he's not a Golden Glover, but we see him make a lot of good plays.
As a former catcher, converted to third. Pedroia fouls one off his foot. He's 0 for 1 tonight with a ground ball to second. And a 10-game hitting streak for the Red Sox second baseman. He had a really fine series against the Orioles, 9 for 21.
He's having a quiet, great year. He really is. Everybody else is getting all the attention. Meanwhile, he's hitting close to 320. He's got a little damage, little 7 bombs.
Sits safely in 23 straight against Toronto, so he's been wearing them. In fact, he's reached base in 30 straight games against the Jays. Xander Bogaerts on deck in the 0-2. Hammered on a line and caught by Barney, who's made a couple of tremendous plays. And how about this leaping grab to Rob Pedroia?
Back-to-back great plays. This on a bullet. Barney gets up. He's not a big man. He gets all the way up, makes it look easy. But the timing on this play is incredible. Line drive, and kind of a sinking topspin line drive. He gets up. Pretty play.
Back-to-back big league defensive plays.
Totally.
Here's Xander now 0 for 1.
Tulo would have had a better chance at that. He's about, what, 6'3"? He's a big man, Tulo.
He may not have had to leap.
Right.
Inside for a ball, now 1-1. Xander with a 26-game hitting streak. He is the American League's #1 hitter, batting average and in hits, with 79 hits. Dickey's 1-1, fouled away.
Little fastball he tried to sneak in there.
How about this catch?
One-handed.
With a beverage.
Everybody's making great plays.
Here's the 1-2. Down into the dirt. Dickey out of Nashville, Tennessee, which is where David Price now lives. The 2-2. And moved him back a bit. Big Papi on deck. David was struck by a pitch on the wrist. A knuckleball in the first inning. Required a little bit of attention, but appears to be just fine.
How about a fastball here, you think?
On 3-2. And he missed with it.
He thought he had it.
That was a knuckleball at 74. Did not get the call.
Kind of buckled Dickey on that. He kind of little hiccup trying to walk off the mound. Look at this. This ball's down middle. He thought he had a little skip. Nope. Nope.
He was halfway to the dugout. Chris Conroy called him back. So Ortiz will step up.
See, this knuckleball just, it was at him. As soon as it left his hand, it was right at him. It didn't knuckle anywhere.
Big swing and a miss. David tried to knock that one into the Toronto Blue Jays bullpen.
Boy, he looks like he's been taking BP batting practice all year long, like he knows what's coming. He's backlegged so many balls. Pitchers he's never faced, he takes deep.
David has now hit 208 home runs at Fenway. It's tied with Jim Rice for the third most in the venue's history. Ted Williams hit 248 here. Carl Yastrzemski 237. The 1-1. 2 balls and 1 strike.
That kid left-hander with Baltimore just came up. I think his name was Tolliver, wasn't it?
Yes.
He threw him all fastballs. First slider he throws him a hanger. He hits it out.
That was incredible.
It was incredible.
That David was ready for it. Jerry and I were talking about it, and thought that probably because he had gauged his fastball so well, it helped him on the breaking ball.
He just ran into a breaking ball. I'll tell you what, the kid's probably scared to death. He's facing Ortiz.
2-1.
He'll tell the story. I threw him nothing but fastballs, and the first slider I threw, he took me deep. What are you doing?
David glancing down there at Ron Culpa, who said no swing. Culpa is the umpire who threw him out in New York at Yankee Stadium.
Ooh.
After that strike that David needed a hockey stick to hit.
All forgotten?
I think not. Hitter's count. Here's the 3-1. Bogart's back. Two to 1 Toronto in the third. Beautiful, beautiful night here. Back at Fenway for 3. And he lets it go for ball 4. Back-to-back walks here. And Dickey might be getting wild again, as he did in Toronto in that 6th inning that got away from him in the last series. Hey, the first Paw Sox broadcast of the season is Monday night on NESN. Join us at 7 when the Paw Sox start a 4-game homestand against the Toledo Mud Hens.
You see Gibbons over there. He doesn't get along with umpires very well either. How do you get thrown out, 3 times in a week?
Yeah, he's really fired up one week. It's like, Bobby Cox coming back.
Yeah. Dickey wanted the strike 3 to both Bogarts and Ortiz. Ball's low.
He's walked 4 men, including Ramirez. First time up, he chases the first one and fouls it away. Red Sox still don't have a hit against Dickey.
4 walks and a hit batter.
He no-hit the Red Sox for 5 1/3 in Toronto. Wound up with no decision. Bloop foul 0-2.
And here's the 2 pitches that I think Dickey thought he had. Ball's low a little bit. He thought he had it. And then you see the Ortiz, that ball almost identical. Calls it low.
Hanley has driven in some runs against Toronto in his career. He takes a ball outside. 31 career games against the Blue Jays. He has 25 RBIs. If he can drive in one right here, the game will be tied.
I think he's going to launch one.
He's a bit due. May 10th, the last one. Ground ball here instead, and Travis will throw on to first to retire the side. Red Sox will strand 2. Still 2-1 Toronto. In extra innings live right after the game. Adam Pellerin and Steve Lyons will break it all down. You'll hear from David Price and John Farrell. Whatever, whenever, wherever, who but W.B. Mason. As we go to the fourth inning, it is 2-1 Toronto. Dennis Eckersley in the booth tonight. Dave O'Brien and TC here as well. As Travis leads things off, he struck out looking in the second inning, so he's 0 for 1. A chopper. And Shaw will throw low, and that one eats up Hanley, and it's off into the dugout. So Travis will be awarded second base.
Looked like a routine ground ball. It's not about the ground ball. It's about the throw. Stays back. Gets prepared to throw and just throws it straight into the ground. That's a tough pick by Hanley. Ball on the grass way out in front of him. Ball kind of kicked to the right a little bit. Didn't have a true hop. Ate him up. Goes into the dugout. He takes second base.
7th error by Travis Shaw this season. And it puts a man quickly into scoring position for Kevin Pillar, who's 0 for 1 with a fly to right. Hitting .245 and a free swinger. Most of the Blue Jays are. That's upstairs for a ball.
You see Hanley playing up on the grass. Ramirez playing up on the grass. You wonder why he's so shallow here. Shaw even with the bag at third.
And Price again slowing down that tempo with a man on base, and it's fouled away by Pillar, who's certainly going to be in the conversation for the Gold Glove among center fielders, probably for many years to come.
A lot of competition now that you think about Kiermaier's out with Tampa. He's out for what, a couple of months. And that's the man right there, Jackie. He can get it done. He's made a couple errors this year, kind of weird. Dropped a fly ball, which is unheard of in Jackie's world.
It certainly factors into the Gold Glove. Number of errors. That one ripped into left field for a base hit. Scooped up by Swihart down to third, stopping there Travis. And so it's another inning where Price is getting hit hard.
Price is scuffling. You see this little cutter right here. He smokes this ball. Pillar, cutter middle on it. Bullet to left field. That air hurt. Anytime you have an air, leadoff air, it's tough to get out of the inning.
The Price has allowed 5 hits and also a couple of well-struck liners that were caught. Here's Barney, one of their hotter hitters. Runners at first and third, nobody out. This would be pitch number 61 with nobody out in the fourth. What the Red Sox really needed was kind of a shutdown performance by Price tonight. That's what they were looking forward to from the ace after what happened the last 2 nights in Baltimore, allowing 25 runs. The pitching staff, 7 home runs last night.
You know, you expect your ace just to go out there and shut people out. It's not that easy of a thing to do, especially in the American League, especially against the Toronto Blue Jays.
Ground ball is short. Bogarts, Pedroia, that's one on the first, double play. The run does come in to score, which will make it 3-1. But now the bases are empty on the twin killing.
Nicely done. I mean, you'll take this in a heartbeat. Double play ball. You can have that run. What a gift right here. Just a ground ball, easy double play ball. Tailor-made double play ball. Take the run, 2 outs. It's a beautiful thing. If he wants to get his act back together again, that's going to start right there.
And now he gets the 9-hitter and the light hitting Tolle. Hitting just a $140 with 1 home run. Bent in there for a strike. He takes a massive cut but comes up empty, and it's 0-2. Tolle was a Met when Dickey was a Met, and he caught him there. Dickey won the Cy Young.
He's lucky he's got Dickey.
0-2, and that's in there for strike 3. He fans him. They get another run now, 3-1 Toronto. Make sure you experience the best seats, price, and benefits Fenway has to offer. For information on becoming a season ticket holder, just visit redsox.com/season tickets or call 877-RED-SOX-9. To the bottom of the 4th inning, Red Sox trailing 3-1 to R.A. Dickey, who has held Boston hitless. It'll be Travis Shaw, Jackie Bradley Jr., and then Christian Vasquez here in the last half of the 4th. Red Sox in need of base runners. Well, actually, they have not been wanting for base runners tonight. Mookie Betts walked in the 1st inning to lead it off. David Ortiz was hit by a pitch, and Hanley Ramirez walked. So 3 base runners in the 1st and 2 more walks in the 3rd inning. So they've had some chances. Dickey has not been perfect.
He wasn't perfect last time out, even 5 in the 3rd, and then it all exploded in the 6th. Maybe the same thing can happen here in the 4th.
3 balls and 1 strike on Travis Shaw. JBJ on deck. 3-2.
Threw the cheese by him. 81 mile an hour.
And the payoff pitch. And that is outside. He actually doubled up on the fastball. And he walks him. So he's given the Red Sox opportunities. Already walked 5 men and hit a batter.
You like to watch this if you're a manager? I mean, it would eat me alive. I couldn't do it.
I don't know how he can be that relaxed.
I can't watch this.
Spitting seeds. And
oh, yeah. You got to just relax when you watch it. Just like they are. They're relaxed, too. You won't find a more relaxed guy than Stephen Wright, will you? I mean, he is just as calm as a cucumber.
Nope. Day pitches just like any other day for him. Jackie is 0 for 1 with a tapper to second base. He's hitting .398 in night games. Knocked down by Tolley. Nice scoop there.
I mean, you're just praying he throws strikes. I mean, this is ugly. Just walked his 5th batter. Then he throws a ball in the dirt. You're going, what's going to happen? This is not, this could be ugly.
Vasquez on deck, Shaw at first base, and the 1-0 pitch from R.A. Dickey. That drifts a little high. Dickey very active in charities. Back in January of 2012, he scaled Mount Kilimanjaro to raise money for a charity. which combats human trafficking in India. The Mets were not thrilled about the climb.
Right, I remember that.
Toward the hole, Travis fills it on to first base to get the out. Into second is Travis Shaw. He was in danger of forfeiting his salary in 2012 if he had gotten injured, but he said, yeah, I'm a grown man, I can do what I want to do, but at the same time, if I slip and I fall and I break my leg and can't pitch for a couple of months, legally they have the authority to void my contract. But he also said it's not like climbing Everest or K2 or Fuji. He said, I'm not real worried about it, and it all went fine.
When was he the Cy Young? Was this after he was Cy Young or before?
It was after the Cy Young.
After, okay.
Yeah. In there for a called strike. Jackie Bradley advancing the runner down to second. Red Sox trying to get on the board again. Vasquez 0 for 1. He is grounded out to short. And the 0-1 pitch. Back to the hill. Shaw heading to third. Now he's in a rundown. Donaldson giving chase. And now they will lunge and tag him out. And a base running mistake there by Travis Shaw. He did not see it go through.
That's a big play by Dickey. Heads up by Dickey. Right back at him. Check the runner. Boom. Look. Got him. Get rid of the ball right away. Make the run down quick. Couple of throws. Runner can't go to second. You see Dickey. That is a big play by a pitcher. That's what you're supposed to do, but it doesn't always go down like that.
And a high pop up. The third baseman Donaldson will back up into left field and make the play. So a frustrating inning. Red Sox do not score. 3-1 Toronto. Well, it's been a choppy performance so far for the left-hander David Price. A 3-1 Toronto lead as we go to the fifth inning. And Jose Bautista to lead things off. He's gone 1 for 2 tonight with an infield single. And has reached base now in 19 consecutive games against the Red Sox. And the 0-1 pitch to the powerful outfielder who has hit 11 home runs. To center field, but a routine play for Jackie Bradley. One man gone. Sox fans, what's better than bacon and beer? On Sunday, June 12th, sample bacon-inspired dishes from over 40 of Boston's best restaurants and over 30 different beers at Fenway. Visit RedSoxFoundation.org/bacon to purchase your tickets. So one man out for Donaldson, who has walked and scored. He was on base when Encarnacion torched a 2-run homer in the first inning. That struck the flagpole in center field.
I'll tell you what, I mean, Vasquez, he has to get lucky to put something down that he wants. I mean, he shakes him just to stay in shape. I mean, everything. I wouldn't know what to call. It's like it's his game. I mean, he's got a lot of weapons to begin with, and probably 5 or 6 pitches. Cutter in, cutter out, this, all different types of pitches. He wanted it. All right.
And bounded foul by Donaldson. Is a little upset he didn't do more with that. He had a really long at bat in the first inning.
They look away. For the most part, they're looking away and just try to adjust to something on the inner half.
The 1-1 would not chase.
You don't see David Price throw fastballs like he used to. And I don't mean velocity. He doesn't throw as many fastballs anymore.
Cut on and missed, and right there, right to your point, that's a changeup.
Yeah, you're not going to get fastball and fastball counts from David Price, even though he throws hard still. He's got a great change. He loves his changeup. He really does. I would too.
1 man out, 2-2 home, and outside. I'll tell you what I really loved when he was regularly throwing 95, 96 miles an hour. And
that's what we saw years ago. I mean, he threw 110 pitches, 100 of them would be fastballs.
Sure. And when he made those adjustments and started, holding the glove up higher and a higher leg kick, he was touching 95 on occasion.
It kind of freed him up a little bit, right? I mean, having his hands higher.
We've not seen that tonight.
No, we haven't.
3-2, and that one drifted outside for ball 4. So they've had at least 1 base runner in every inning. He's hit a batter. He's also walked 3.
He's just trying to be careful. You got these guys, these first big hairy guys. They swing the bat hard.
We are experiencing technical difficulty with our pitch zone tonight. We're still working to try and fix that. We thank you so much for your patience. Encarnacion has belted a long 2-run homer. He's also singled. So 2 for 2, hitting .252. And the command just hasn't been there for Price for the most part tonight. That's in there for a strike.
You got to get a ball in on him. You can't let this guy extend. You've got to show him in. He did right there.
13 home runs for him at Fenway. And a cut and a miss.
Once again on the location of the fastball. First time up, extension. Ball away from him. You got to be careful with the ball away.
Two strikes on Edwin Encarnacion, a free agent at the end of the season. Tried to hold up. Did he offer? He did. That's going to be strike 3 as Jerry Meals rings him up.
Encarnacion didn't think so. This ball's down and away. He doesn't even want to throw strike. He's trying to paint the outside corner. A little changeup. I don't know. Well, you'll take it.
Better angle here.
See him throw the head at it. I don't. He didn't go.
That's
he
a
didn't
check
go.
swing. He did not go.
He did not go.
That really wasn't that close.
No. Jerry, wake up over there. Well, we'll take it.
So 2 down for Saunders, who has singled and been hit by a pitch. Red Sox are trailing 3-1. They do not have a hit yet, but you don't sense panic in this Red Sox offense. Ever.
It's almost like I got to believe that with the 5 walks, Dickey's not really feeling real good. He's just saying, when's this going to end?
Price firing and left it down low. Another good block by Vasquez. Toronto has won 8 of their last 10 games. And they have pulled within 3.5 games of the Red Sox in the division. They're up and over 500 by 3 games. But the Sox have a 1-game lead. The Yankees are leading Baltimore 3-2 in the 4th inning at Camden Yards. The 1-0. Cracked on the ground, and there's Shaw. And the toss into Bogarts for the force play to retire the side. Red Sox look for their first hit. 3-1 Toronto. Final presented by Plainridge Park Casino. Adam Pellerin and Steve Lyons will preview Stephen Wright's start tomorrow against the Blue Jays. Red Sox are trying to solve the knuckleball tonight. Here's Mookie Betts, who has walked and scored the only Red Sox run. That was on a pass ball. He's also grounded out to third. The Sox have been held hitless. They've seen this movie before against R.A. Dickey the last time they faced him.
But it all ended well. He struggled against the Red Sox for the last, year and a half.
0-2 loop foul out of play.
He owned him a couple of years ago, went 4-0.
And in fact, since then has not beaten the Red Sox since. Toronto has not been winning in his starts either. They're 2-9 in starts where he has pitched. And it's cut on and missed for strike 3. So down goes Mookie. Now let's toss it down to Tom Caron. TC.
Hey, OB, last night the Red Sox exploded for 5 runs in the 5th inning. Latest come from behind effort for a team that has 13 come from behind wins this year. John Farrell said all of that has led to an incredible energy in the dugout every night.
Well, you'd like to think that sometime late in the ballgame when you need an extra push to find a way to dig a little bit deeper, we've shown that. The one thing that has stood out through this first third of the season is our ability to answer back when the opponent has scored. We found a way to put multiple runs up on the board, whether it's consecutive base hits, somebody clicking one for a multi-run home run. But there's a lot of unity in this group, whether it's the group that we referred to that played together in the system all the way up. The beautiful thing is that on a given night, we could have anywhere from 9 out of our 10 guys in the lineup as original players signed and drafted and developed by the Red Sox. I think that's a huge boost and a proud moment for our organization.
That's John Farrell appearing on Friday night Fenway. 13 come from behind wins this year, guys. One of them last Sunday against R.A. Dickey when they were down 2-0 early and won in extra innings. Hobie.
And trying to do it again, TC, trailing here 3-1. Thank you very much. I know John Farrell's very, very fond of this team, and you're hearing that a lot. The chemistry of the Red Sox, the togetherness of this team, which reminds many, I think, in New England of the 13 club.
But it's so young. That's the difference.
Much younger.
Much
yes.
younger. That's why he's so proud of this organization, and they should be.
Most of these kids can't grow a beard.
Although Jackie's had one all along. Swihart's got a little tired one.
Third baseman Donaldson to scoop and fire and get him. So Dustin Pedroia is 0 for 3. So no hits yet through 4 2/3, and Xander Bogaerts will try and break that up. He is grounded to short and taken ball 4.
But this team really has made its mark offensively, whether it's scoring early in the game. It wasn't that long ago last year. Remember last year in May, it felt like the Red Sox were down 4-0 every night. Now if they get down by 2, they tie it up right away. Boom, boom.
A strike. 26-game hitting streak, but none tonight for the X-Man. Here's the 0-1. Xander certainly having an all-star caliber season to this point by any measure, as he pops that one and it'll drift foul out of play. But it's quirky this year because the Orioles have been forced, because of the injury to their regular shortstop J.J. Hardy, to play Manny Machado over at shortstop. And right now he's the leading vote getter.
That's weird.
And he's the third baseman.
Right.
So that's nudging Xander in the wrong direction.
Xander to me is the all-star shortstop. I mean, I don't get that. You know, you play shortstop for what, a month and you're there? I don't get it.
Cut on and missed, and down he goes, strike 3. And Dickey makes quick work of the Red Sox in the 5th. 1-2-3, 3-1 Toronto. A pledge to strikeout hunger. For every strikeout by a Sox pitcher this season, Lexus donates $50 to the Greater Boston Food Bank. To the 6th inning, 3-1 Toronto ahead. And Justin Smoke leading it off here. He's hit into a double play and lined to center field. Hit the ball hard in the 3rd inning. There have been a few shots here against Price, who has surrendered 5 hits. His command has not been great with 3 walks, and he's hit a batter.
There they go again. 5 signs. Changeup.
He's liked that pitch a lot.
Big old swing on Smoke. He's got to start it early. He's got. I think he's got a slow bat, especially from the right-hand side. Although he did hit a bullet off him, didn't he? Yeah, to center field.
It was caught. 1-1 off the mitt.
That might have been a strike. We'll never know.
He's called a ball. 2-1. Devin Travis on deck, and then Kevin Pillar. It's 5, 6, and 7 for Toronto. Another cut and a miss on a change.
He just cannot stay back on that changeup. It's a good spot too. Down and away. He couldn't hit that with a 10-foot bat.
Which I've never seen.
Well, a large bat, long one.
The 2-2 on the way.
He can hit that though. The play of the game is Swihart. I mean, that to me was a big, huge play. Throwing out Batista at third base.
Outstanding throw. There has been some outstanding defense in this game. Toronto's made 2 or 3 exceptional plays.
Change up again.
And he knocks a foul at home plate. Back to that throw by Blake Swihart. Getting better and better every day in left.
You see him cut this ball off. I thought I was going to the fence. I really did. One hop, he gets there. That's probably what tricked Batista, thinking he can go to third easy. He probably got halfway there and went, oh no, what am I doing? Throw right on the money. You got to love that.
Price looking for a strikeout of Smoke here, and he won't get it on that pitch. Very few fastballs.
Right. That's why when you're a catcher, you don't know what to call. Trying to come in.
And a line shot base hit into left field. Well, that was on a fastball.
Right.
Time for a game break now. Brought to you by Jordan's, the furniture store of the Boston Red Sox. Here's Adam. As we know, Adam, the baseball flying out of Camden Yards right now.
Did you see that swing? I thought he didn't even leave the box.
No.
He thought it was a foul ball. That ball jumped off his bat.
To the opposite field.
I can't pitch there. Don't even think about that place. That place is a joke.
Line drive to right, closing on at Betts, and he makes the catch for the out, and Travis is retired. And that'll send up Kevin Pillar here. 3-1. Toronto has the lead. They have out-hit the Red Sox in the game 6-0. Even though the Red Sox have had several opportunities against R.A. Dickey. Pillar 1 for 2 with a base hit. Coming into the ball game, he had just 1 hit in his last 17 at bats against the left-hander. And he takes a strike.
It hasn't been pretty, but you think about it, he's only thrown, what, 89 pitches. He's here in the 6th inning. It's manageable, you know, 3 runs, not a big deal, right, with this offense.
Fly foul on the play. It's very true, and the Red Sox certainly just have to look back to the last time they faced Dickey, when he no-hit them through 5 1/3 innings. And then did not retire a batter the rest of the game. 5 consecutive hitters reached against him in the 6th inning. Although he had it dancing early. And the 0-2. That is off the outside. We'll see more knuckleball action tomorrow, but it'll be on the Red Sox side. Stephen Wright in game 2 of the series at 4:05 against Marcus Stroman. And then Sunday at 1:35, Eduardo Rodriguez, his first Fenway start of the year against Marco Estrada, who has one of the best changeups in the game.
Yes, he does. Boy, he takes a lot of deep breaths out there, doesn't he? He's just making me breathe in and out. It's like hyperventilating up here.
One away, Smoke at first base. Here's the 2-2. Line drive caught by Pedroia. No play back at first base, and they're 2 down.
3 balls hit hard this inning.
Tonight, after Red Sox coverage on NESN Sports Today, we have a 2-part Jerry Remy sit-down with Hanley Ramirez and a one-on-one interview with Bruins GM Don Sweeney. That's tonight after Red Sox coverage on NESN Sports Today, presented by People's United Bank. Darwin Barney has walked, and he's also hit into a 6-4-3 double play and made 2 exceptional defensive plays. Price has allowed a base runner in every inning. 3 of them in the first inning. He walked a man in the second. 2 hits and a hit batsman in the third. There was an error and a single in the 4th inning. Another walk in the 5th inning. And a single here in the 6th inning. So nothing's been clean for the lefty. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, you can really feel it here at Fenway tonight. I'm sure John Farrell is sensing the same thing. Just waiting for the offense to explode.
Had nothing to really clap about. You clap over a walk.
Bloop toward right field, but slicing in a foul territory and off the sidewall. The Red Sox in the bottom of the 6th inning have due up Ortiz, Ramirez, and Shaw. Meanwhile, Price is closing in on 100 pitches. Nothing going on in the bullpen. Here comes pitch number 96.
Yes.
And it's in there for strike 3. Came back with a fastball and nipped the corner. 1 man left. See if the Red Sox can get it going. They need some hits. Brought to you by your Eastern Lexus dealers. Dickey threw 5, has not allowed a hit. He has walked 5 and hit a batter. 82 pitches for the knuckleballer. The man he hit was David Ortiz in the first inning, and David took a walk in the 3rd. But no hits yet for the Sox. And the first one dips low, ball 1. On deck, Hanley Ramirez, Travis Shaw after him. They're all getting their 3rd look at Dickey tonight. Bounce to the plate, 2-0. David Ortiz in his swan song year, is leading the majors in RBIs, total bases, slugging percentage, doubles, and extra base hits. And that man is calling it a career.
Oh, you're talking a Triple Crown piece. Isn't that crazy? You got to keep him healthy.
Hitting .335, and he swings and torches that one, and there's the first hit. That's going to rattle around in the corner. David heading into second base. He will trot in with his 500th double as a member of the Boston Red Sox. And finally a hit for the Sox tonight.
Good for him. He's been a doubles machine this year. On pace to hit almost, what, 70 doubles. Crazy pace. Big number right there, though.
The numbers are crazy.
Little knuckleball, middle, down. Not much to catch up with. He just flicks this ball bullet down the right field line. It goes down there. That's like triples coming out of there. Ball stops. Two's enough for Ortiz.
Well, it was in the 6th inning in Toronto where Dickey started to fall apart. And the Red Sox rallied. Now Ramirez. High fly ball into right center field. Here's Pilar backing up on it. Ortiz back to tag. David takes off. Here's the throw toward third base, and it's up the line. So Hanley Ramirez just misses one there. He does advance the runner. Local Dunkin' Donuts franchises are proud to give back to the communities in which they live and work. Thousands of kids have had the chance to catch a free Sox game thanks to Dunkin' Donuts. Tonight we welcome the Norfolk Youth Baseball Group to historic Fenway Park. Dunkin' Donuts committed to the community.
You see the fly ball there by Ramirez to deep center field. The first thing I thought of, well, I didn't think he got it. Hit the ball too high in the air, but you see Pilar lining this up with David in second. Anytime Ortiz has to run, you don't want to see him run fast. You just don't.
A strike to Travis Shaw with an RBI chance now, trying to get the Red Sox a little bit closer. 3-1 Toronto. Travis has popped up to the catcher and he's taken a walk. And the 0-1. Ground ball back to Dickey. Freezes Ortiz and throws out Travis Shaw. 2 down.
Boy, Dickey's getting good at that ground ball right back at him. Check the runner stuff.
He's won a Gold Glove. He's a good fielder.
You better be a good fielder when you throw that salad up there. But you see this one hopper right back to him. He checks Ortiz. Easy out at first base.
That'll send up the new dad, Jackie Bradley. He's gone 0 for 2 in this one. With a couple of ground balls to second base. He's hitting .366 with a runner in scoring position. And he'll lay off strike one.
Well, he'll give him that high one, but not the low one.
Jackie coming off Player of the Month in the American League in May. Tried to hold up, but he couldn't do it. A swing and a miss. And just like that, he's in the hole.
High, let it fly. That's what that's all about. And then he tries to hold up on it.
Jason Greeley getting going in their bullpen. I think the way things are going tonight, the Red Sox would just assume Dickey step aside sometime very soon. The 0-2. He's only allowed the 1 hit.
Once again, Betts scored in the first inning on a pass ball. I don't know if Ortiz could. I don't want him running anywhere.
No. Quick pitch, and that misses outside. He tried to fool Jackie there.
And then he's begging. He wanted that pitch called. He's trying to trick him with a little quick pitch, and then he wants it to boot.
The 2-2 to Jackie. Cut on and missed. Down he goes. Strike 3.
He's pumped up, Dickey.
He leaves Ortiz stranded at third base. Still on top here, 3-1. Dennis Eckersley, Dave O'Brien, and Tom Caron with you from Fenway. A quick 3-game homestand, and then the Red Sox will hit the road again. Josh Thole to lead things off here. The catcher's gone 0 for 2. He has struck out and grounded out to short. Ran up as if to bunt, and he took one in there. David Price's pitching line is brought to you by Ace Ticket. I think it's a measure of our expectations for this guy, that he hasn't pitched a great game by his standard, and yet it is a quality start, and he's pitching into the 7th inning.
Well, that says everything. You know, the guy doesn't have his good stuff. He's, you know, nibbling a little bit more than he usually does. But you know, a pitcher of his caliber, he can get it done. You know, he got a little help, a little lucky last inning, a couple line drives, but
0-1 hammered to Pedroia, and Petey gets him. 1 man out. Sox fans looking for the best seats to the biggest games. Make sure you check out the official Red Sox ticket resale marketplace. It's RedSoxReplay.com, the best place for season ticket holders to sell their tickets when they can't make it to the game.
when you think about it, the way he's pitched this year, they've scored him 8 runs a game. 8. So, you know, you give up 3, you should get a W. That's the way it's been going for him.
Batista is 1 for 3 with a single. It's a man you have to throw strikes to. Leads the American League with 40 walks, but you throw him something fat at your own peril.
The first 3 guys, to me, you've got to show them in a lot and get them out of the way with that changeup or whatever he wants to do out there, but you've got to show him inside.
And that's way inside.
Boy, he's got him dancing right there. He almost broke his back getting out of the way.
Price knows how dangerous he is because Batista began the night a career .345 hitter with 6 home runs against the left-hander. 2-0. Oh, did he take a swing? He spun himself around and almost screwed himself into the dirt.
Oh, he plays right to it. 2-0 changeup. I mean, he throws changeups anytime he wants. Look at this thing. Little 3-finger turn me over. Outside, no chance, can't reach it because he showed him in, but you got to show these 3 guys in a lot. Yes,
in there. 2-2. Last Sunday, Price not so lucky against Batista. He leans on this one way up there.
Way up there. Oh my goodness.
Right at the top of that foul screen for a home run. A 2-2.
You see, he didn't raise his hands that time just because I was looking at it, because the pitch he threw him in Toronto, he didn't raise his glove and he threw him a cutter that just hung. He has a tendency to do it more in the stretch than he does in the windup. The windup, he'll kick his leg a little higher and his hands will come up. See, his hands didn't come up that time.
Check swing. The appeal, no swing. So it'll be ball 4. Walk number 41 for the American League's leader in that category.
You see if he goes here. Nope. Jerry woke up. Last time, Encarnacion, no such luck.
Donaldson now, he's taken 2 ball 4s tonight. He's also flied out to right. He's out of Pensacola, Florida. But one of the first times he got noticed was the summer of '06 when he was an all-star catcher in the Cape League for the Harwich Mariners. He was at Auburn University at the time. Had a big summer on the Cape. He drove in 21 runs.
Caught somebody's eye there, huh?
Yes. Saw the great Peter Gammons tonight, who has written extensively about what a wonderful experience the Cape League is. For those of you who are on Cape Cod in the summer, it's really a must-see to take in a game or 2.
Peter loves the Cape. You want to talk about it, he'll sit there and chirp for hours. He loves it down there.
Why not?
Yeah.
The Vineyard, Nantucket, Chatham, just great spots. A 1-1 on the way. Fouled off to the right. Sports can bring you to the edge of your seat and to your feet. It should always bring you to NESN.com. It's the region's #1 sports site. Visit NESN.com today. Activity in the bullpen. Robbie Ross Jr. getting loose. Bautista on at first, being held by Hanley Ramirez. Red Sox trail 3-1. Here comes number 108 from the lefty. Popped him up toward the stands and out of play. Sox have another road trip coming up very quickly. They'll have an off day on Monday. They're going to spend that in San Francisco.
It's not so bad.
That is not so bad.
Not so bad.
One of the great cities in the country. You can't get a bad meal there, Eck. And 2 games with the Giants. That's all. Looks like the Sox will be facing Bumgarner.
Looks like the Giants are doing it again. That every other year thing, huh?
Yeah, it's an even number. And then it'll be on to Minnesota. Outside a ball. I think a lot of fans on the East Coast get short-changed on the fact they don't see Bruce Bochy manage very much. I mean, every other October, as you point out.
Now this year, it's always been about the bullpens, but I tell you what, their starting rotation is saying something. Samardzija's doing his thing. Cueto's doing his thing. Said Bumgarner.
Here's the 2-2 now to Donaldson. Cut on and missed. That changeup ate him alive, and he strikes out.
That is such a big pitch for him against these right-handed hitters. You got to show them in, but they're not. And you show them in enough, and then they go chase this thing. Makes him look silly. There's a reason why he goes to that changeup. It's kind of a good thing because you got him for 7 years, and it's not like he has to change. He's already changing. It's not like a guy that relies on his fastball and all of a sudden that disappears on him. He doesn't know what to do. He knows what to do.
Encarnacion crushed a home run in the first inning. Since then, he has singled and struck out. 3-1 Toronto. We are in the 7th inning. The Red Sox have been held to 1 hit by R.A. Dickey. It'll be Vasquez, Swihart, and Betts due up in the bottom of the 7th for Boston. Over shift around to the left side as Pedroia has moved to the left side of second base.
And they are shifted big time. Look at that. It's ridiculous.
The 1-1 to Encarnacion. That'll be down low for a ball.
Just trying to pick that outside corner. You got to be careful. It's a dangerous spot. Very dangerous. It goes around the plate.
Just barely. That pitch count's up there.
Was it change-up time again? Yep. Hello.
Here comes number 114.
Maybe he changed his mind. He said change up last time. See if it goes again. Yep, he didn't change his mind. That's what he wants. Keep it down.
The 2-1. Bounding ball and right into the shift as Bogaerts will snatch that and get him to retire the side. One man is left. It'll be Vasquez, Swihart, and Betts when we come back. This Red Sox first pitch presented by Joseph Abood. They dress Dennis Eckersley. Available at Men's Warehouse. And we'll have Jerry's sit-down interview with Red Sox hitting coach Chili Davis. There's a lot of great stuff in there as Chili talks about what makes some of these Red Sox hitters premier hitters.
I tell you what, I never wanted to face Chili, man. He could hit. He hit a bullet off me one night. I'll tell you what, wind blowing in, forget about it.
Vasquez, the batter, to lead off the bottom of the 7th. Dickey's still out there. He's only allowed 1 hit. And that was a leadoff double in the 6th inning by David Ortiz. He eventually was stranded at 3rd. Who was the toughest out for you?
George Brett. Yeah, one of many tough outs. They all carried a left-handed bat.
High pop. Barney drifts into the outfield. And one man is gone. I bet you, of all the pitchers who faced George Brett, if you take maybe the 50 best of all time, 47 of them would say George Brett was my toughest guy.
Yes, it's not the Lone Ranger. I tell you, I don't know if I told this story before, but he never liked me because he said, you know, I yelled at him or something, pointed at him. He didn't like that, didn't take too kindly to that. But finally, I got around to being him with one night at the Hall of Fame, and I said, you know something, George? Everybody asks me who's the toughest out, and I tell him George Brett. And ever since that time, he loves me. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do.
So he didn't take to
but
the
it was true.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't take to the pointing thing. It wasn't a big deal.
Right. Yeah.
It really wasn't. You know, don't take it personal.
Great hitter.
But I hated him because he raked me.
Yeah. Swung on and missed, and down goes Swihart as he fans. He hit .328 against you lifetime. From what we're told.
How many bombs?
And we're going to have to look that part up. But it's 2, I'm being told. 2 home runs. So not that many.
It seemed like where he hit a lot of balls hard at somebody. I got lucky and he hit .328.
And you remember every one of them?
No, not really. You'd be surprised at some of the ones I do remember. Some guys that aren't supposed to hit me is the ones I always remember.
Mookie Betts with a fly ball into right center field. Here's Pilar. He won't get it. That'll take a bounce, and it's going to be a double as it skips up into the stands. And Mookie is on just the 2nd Red Sox hit tonight against Dickey.
Boy, he hit a ball like this, you know, but for a home run in Baltimore just a couple of days ago, right center field. He puts a charge into this ball. He hits this ball close to 400 feet on a line. You think about it in the triangle. Look at him put a swing he puts on this ball right center field. Look at where this ball lands up. One hop. That's 420 out there. That ball's on a line.
Now Gibbons is going to make a change right now. That'll do it for Dickey. He allows only 2 hits. He leaves with a 3-1 lead. Grilly coming out of their bullpen will take the break as well. Toronto 3 and the Red Sox 1 with 2 down here in the bottom of the 7th. By Kia. Jason Grilli coming out of their bullpen. They just acquired him from Atlanta on the last day of May, and he made his Toronto debut against the Yankees the other day, retiring the only batter he faced, and he became just the second father-son duo in club history to appear in a game for the Blue Jays. His dad Steve pitched in one game in 1979 for Toronto.
Don't remember him.
Runner at second base in Betts, and here's Pedroia, who is 0 for 3. Quiet night so far for a man who's been tearing it up lately. A 10-game hitting streak.
Boy, Grilli, he's been around the block, but had great success in Pittsburgh a few years ago. All-star pitcher.
3-1 Toronto. There are 2 down as the Sox try and get a little bit closer. They've not had an inning with more than 1 hit. So unusual for this Boston team, and that is way too high to make it 2-0. Bogart's on deck. He doesn't have a hit tonight. 26-game hitting streak for Xander on the line.
Grilli all fired up, throws 2 balls up. Might be a good pitch here to hit.
And now Pedroia will step out, readjust those batting gloves. Betts rifled a double. Trying to score right here, the 2-0. And that's a strike.
That might have been a gift. That ball might have been outside. You watch Tolley how he catches this ball. He's sitting on the corner, reaches for it, pulls it back.
Pedroia has hit in 23 straight games against Toronto. That's also on the line. 3rd longest hitting streak against Toronto in history. Grilli's 2-1. A one-hopper snagged by Travis, and he'll get him to retire the side. 1 man left. 3-1 Toronto. Baseball on NESN is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Transparency, low fares, nothing to hide. BuyAToyota.com, Toyota's website for deals. By Sullivan Tire and Auto Service. And by Southern New Hampshire University. See yourself succeed at snhu.edu. On to the 8th inning, and the Red Sox still down here 3-1. They'll go to the bullpen and bring Koji on. So Price went 7. He allowed 6 hits, 3 runs, 5 Ks, and he did hit a batter along with 4 walks. Right now he would take the loss, which would be just his 2nd of the season. Did lower his ERA tonight, which came in at 5.11.
You know, not a terrible appearance at all. I mean, did what he's been doing, give up 3 runs in 7 or 8 innings.
7 innings, 6 hits.
So we'll see if the Red Sox can rally tonight here at Fenway in front of a big crowd. Michael Saunders has been on base a couple of times with a single, and he was hit by a pitch by Price back in the 3rd inning.
6 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned.
And Koji with the first one on the way. That'll drift outside, ball 1.
1 home run. Price threw 114 pitches, 16.
Red Sox trying to avoid a 3rd consecutive defeat after dropping those last 2 games in Baltimore. The Orioles have rallied, by the way.
6 2/3 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, and unearned.
They have tied it up against the Yankees at 5-5 in the 6th.
There it is again. There's bread and butter just to stay in shape. Did you see that ball that Chris Davis hit, foul ball off of Koji the other night, that high fly ball?
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
I've never seen a ball hit that high over the foul pole. They didn't know whether it was fair or foul.
They had no way.
No way.
There's no way to tell that. Somebody came up with a thought, though. How about like a laser?
Yes.
That skies up like through the foul pole up into the heavens.
So you could see it?
So you can see it, and maybe, you know, if it runs through that, touches it, it's automatically ruled a home run.
But that was incredible. That might have went over the fence fair and landed at the warehouse, off the warehouse. That ball was killed.
Unbelievable. Just no way of knowing, though, whether it's fair or foul.
No, they couldn't. There's no way.
He didn't even spend a lot of time on it. The 2-2 to Saunders. Fastball, and he got him looking. 1 man out on the strikeout of Saunders. Ace Ticket is Boston's trusted source for Red Sox tickets with the best seats at the lowest prices to all the games at Fenway. Treat yourself or someone special by visiting aceticket.com or by calling 1-800-MY-SEATS. And that'll send up Justin Smoak. He's 1 for 3 with a single in the 6th inning. That came against Price. You mentioned this earlier that, you know, Toronto has the reputation because of all those runs they scored last year being a bunch of mashers. And they do hit a lot of home runs. And they hit one in the 1st inning tonight as Encarnacion hit the daylights out of one to center field off of David Price. But their pitching has been way underrated. They have the #2 ERA. Many staff in the American League, right behind the Chicago White Sox, 3.58 before tonight.
And they've got some trouble with their leading up to the 9th inning, right? I mean, they do. Storen has had a brutal year so far, and it leads us to the Red Sox. Uehara's out there. You got to be careful with the guy, 41 years old. You see Tazawa's had a trouble a couple times out, and all of a sudden everybody's talking about Carson Smith. It's like they need some more help. There's no doubt about that.
Well, you know, last night I thought Tazawa was pitching in a spot where Carson Smith certainly would have pitched, and he gave up the big home run to Machado.
And we talk about our starting rotation. Well, the bullpen needs some help too.
3-1 is upstairs for ball 4, so Smoak will take a free pass. Price striking out 5 men tonight, so not a tour de force in that category, but 5 Ks.
You see the outside corner, which he loves to use, that little cutter that catches the corner, and then a cutter inside to Tolley, and that little change up down the way. I don't think Encarnacion swung, but then a fastball into Barney. And what have we got left for Donaldson? A little change up.
Really tied him up. Travis 0 for 3, but he has scored a run after reaching on an error in the 4th inning. 3 runs on 6 hits, no errors for Toronto, 1 run on 2 hits, and 1 error for the Red Sox. And this crowd is waiting for the offense to finally get going for the Sox. And in the bottom of the 8th inning, it will be Xander Bogaerts, David Ortiz, and Hanley Ramirez all due up. The 1-0. A strike. Toronto with a base runner and 1 away. They have activity in their bullpen. Biagini, who we saw a lot of in Toronto last weekend. The 1-1. Right through it. A ball and 2 strikes on Travis. He hit that walk-off single last Saturday on the infield to give them a 10-9 victory in that crazy game.
Worst loss of the season. Little high gas here. He just shows you that fastball. It's incredible, some of the fastballs these guys swing through. I don't know if it's his spin rate or what, but it works. 87.
2-2. High fly but foul. We take a closer look at tomorrow's pitching matchup. Stroman against Wright. Closer look brought to you by FW Web Selection Expertise Solutions. More at FWWeb.com. Look at that minuscule ERA for Stephen Wright. 2.45, coming off a complete game. An outstanding performance at Baltimore. A ball here, and I think in light of all the home runs they hit after that, the last 2 games of the series and all the runs they scored, it even more so highlights how good Wright was.
Yeah, absolutely. You talk about a guy that's completed 3 games straight on the road. That's like historic nowadays, right? That just does not happen.
Does not happen.
A team may not even get 3 all year.
Right. 3-2 with a runner going, and it's flicked foul. So they'll do it again. That was on the splitter. Tomorrow 3:30, don't miss Red Sox Game Day Live, presented by DCU. TC and Steve Lyons will preview Stephen Wright's start. DCU is Digital Federal Credit Union. What can DCU save you? 3-1 Toronto in the 8th. And back in again is Smoke.
He's not going anywhere.
Can the Red Sox rally at home on a Friday night? They have only 2 hits.
There he goes.
Taking off. There's a swing and a high drive down the left field line, but that one is hooked into the corner, where the stands rise up. Boy, he's had a couple of big swings.
Yes, he has. You're thinking about a strike him out, throw him out. Meanwhile, he gets ahead of this little split finger, leaves it right down the middle. Thank you very much.
It's mindful of the splitter by Tazawa that Machado launched out of the ballpark last night. 3-2, runner taking off and fought off foul.
He's fighting off the fastball, sitting on the split finger. Once again, you see Vasquez hit the ground like, hello, we might be coming in. Meanwhile, it's right down the middle again with fastball, but he's late. Don't hang this one.
Smoke has been running. He runs again, and it's fouled off again.
You don't need Yu Har to go out there and throw 30 pitches either.
Yeah, he's at 21 now.
And that's what happened. You know, you talk about when Kimbrel went out there, had to pitch 2 innings, but he threw 39 pitches, the most he's ever thrown, and that kills you. Not that I wouldn't have brought him in, but you know, you got to sit him down for a couple of days. That's why they don't let closers go that much. Oh,
there's a swing and a high deep drive, and forget about this one. Travis, you had a feeling he might with a couple of those swings. That's a 2-run homer. And that opens it up now, 5-1. And the home run ball has just killed the Red Sox for 2 straight nights.
Totally. I mean, you talk about giving a guy another split finger right down Broadway, and he doesn't miss it. He's looking for it, got it, belt high, and this little guy hits it out of the ballpark. Split finger, never tumbles. It's like a nothing fastball right down the middle. He got away with one earlier in the count. He didn't get away with that one, and the Red Sox haven't been getting away with anything. Balls flying out of the ballpark.
Sox have allowed 9 home runs in the last 2 games. Home run in the 1st inning and another one here in the 8th inning to make it 5-1. And he had not homered in a while. That was his first one of the season. Brings up Pilar, who knocks a foul out of play. Well, that's deflating for this great big crowd at Fenway. Red Sox now down by 4 runs late. Noe Ramirez, who had a lot of trouble with it last night, warming up in the bullpen. Pilar's gone 1 for 3 with a base hit. Oh, 2 punch foul.
They're just late on that fastball, just looking for something to hang. I mean, they're looking, Splitter. That's the thing about it. If you don't have you leave it out over the plate, that's serious trouble.
Second consecutive night that a reliever has come on in a close ball game, relatively close, and coughed up a home run for the Red Sox.
A home run by Machado, and then they get 3 more later on in that game.
He did. The 0-2, and he bounced it. Again, due up for the Red Sox in the bottom of the 8th inning. Xander Bogaerts, who does not have a hit tonight, and going for that 27-game hitting streak. Will it end here this evening?
You almost got to go out there and get him. If he doesn't need to throw any more pitches. We got what, 29 now? You got to get him out of there. I mean, I'm not even going to let him face. I'm bringing in Ramirez after this hitter.
(5-1) Toronto. Yeah, he's on the top step. Here comes the 1-2. Waved at and missed.
There he goes.
And here comes John Farrell. A strikeout of Pilar. So 2 Ks, but also a walk and a very damaging home run. Has the most he has thrown in a game this year, 30 pitches. So Noe Ramirez will make an appearance for the 2nd consecutive night. It is 5-1 Toronto, and we'll be back in just a moment. By Southwest Airlines, transparency, low fares, and nothing to hide. Red Sox trailing here 5-1 now, as Koji gives up a blast way up into the monster seats. And Noe Ramirez making an appearance. 5 trips to the big league club so far this season. For Noe, 2 down, and he deals a breaking ball in for a strike that had Barney ducking.
You could see where he could be tough on a right-handed hitter from that slot. This breaking ball starts right at his hip. That's why he's leaving.
Fly into left center and an easy play for Swihart. And finally the inning is over. That's a big home run for Travis. We go to the last of the 8th. Red Sox need 4 to tie. New England's first choice for value and convenience of every Red Sox homer this season. Speedway donates $500 to Boston Children's Hospital. Stop by Speedway near you and pick up your Speedy Rewards card and start earning points today. So Xander Bogaerts will lead off here in the last half of the 8th inning. He has grounded to short, struck out and taken ball 4, and what might be his last effort to run his hitting streak to 27 straight. Biagini will deliver inside for ball 1. A look at his night so far.
He's had trouble with Dickey all night, not making very solid contact. What a play there by Barney. That should have been a hit. That was his chance. You see the walk, dips low, and then he chases it down and away. You don't see that happen very often.
1-0 fastball is outside.
This Biagini, man, he has been nasty this year. Rookie, I think a Rule 5 player, isn't he?
0.86 ERA. Red Sox trying to rally against him, trailing 5-1. And that'll miss. Another fastball.
This fastball low here, 2-0 fastball down. Bogey wants something to hit.
Here comes the 3-0 pitch. And he's taking it. It's ball 4. The crowd doesn't like it. He got nothing to swing at least nothing he really liked.
You know, and that's the problem. You know, hitting streaks, you know, it has nothing to do with you sometimes. I mean, what do you do there? Swinging a ball?
Yeah, you're trying to get on base. You're trying to get something going. You're down by 4 runs. So it's an unselfish at bat.
Totally.
And it'll bring up David Ortiz, who was hit by a pitch in the first inning. He walked in the third. He doubled in the 6th inning. He became the first man to get a hit tonight against R.A. Dickey, who only allowed 2 over 6 2/3. And the first one to David. That's a strike right on the edge.
That home run to Travis hurt. I mean, you think about it, because the Red Sox are just due to break out of this thing. Just get Dickey out of the game. They had a chance.
Home runs have been painful to watch the last 2 nights. The record against the Red Sox for home runs in back-to-back nights is 11.
When was that?
2004.
Whoa.
Was 7 by Detroit and 4 by Tampa Bay. Red Sox have allowed 9 over the last 2 games.
Well, that's a good sign.
Yeah,
I guess.
it ended rather well.
Yeah.
It's a couple of bad nights. Not many. Here's the 1-1. Raked foul off into the stands on a 96-mile-an-hour fastball.
Boy, that ball got on him. He's not trying to hit that ball that way. No way. That ball just got there. This ball beat him, but he almost sliced it right down the line. This kid's kind of sneaky, but sneaky or not, that's gas.
Biagini's 1-2, and he fouls that away. Another heater inside.
See David getting it started early, like cheating on the fastball a little bit. Knew he was late the pitch before.
Bogarts at first base, nobody out. Last of the 8th, 5-1 Toronto. High fly, that one headed for the wall, down into the corner, right off the top of that tin area, hitting into third base and stopping there is Bogarts. It'll be another double for David Ortiz, and the Red Sox are in business.
Boy, did he do Ortiz a favor there. Threw him kind of a rolling curveball. David is a doubles machine. You see, after beating him with fastballs, he just rolls one. Perfectly done for him. It's to say, here, hit me the other way, which he does a lot in Fenway Park. He has himself another double easy. It bounces off the CVS and pops up. I mean, you think about Ortiz hitting all these doubles. It's not an easy thing to do. You got to have some wheels, you would think, to hit doubles. How many is that? 25? What is it? It's just crazy. 25 doubles. This is the 55th game. I mean, if you do it out, it's almost 75 he's on a pace for.
Don't miss Dining Playbook every Saturday morning at 9 on NESN. Billy Costa and Jenny Johnson take you on a journey to the intersection of where sports and dining meet. Dining Playbook on NESN, driven by your New England Chevy dealers. No sooner their closer begins to work in the pen. Rather quickly now, with Hanley Ramirez the batter. He's walked, grounded out, flied out. 0 for 2. Nobody away. And 2 men on.
Biagini trying to fall out of that tree he's been living in the last month and a half. I tell you what, the higher you go up the tree, the longer, the bigger fall it is.
The 1-0. Fastball. That one nips the outside corner at 96. Hanley due to hit one really hard and deep, isn't he? 0 for 4 against Biagini.
I've been saying that all night. Calling it, trying to call a home run.
Last home run on the 10th of May. And he asked for time. Shaw on deck. He's hitless. So is Hanley. So is Jackie Bradley. Christian Vasquez, Blake Swihart, and Dustin Pedroia. A lot of guys tonight along with Xander Bogaerts, but Xander's now at third. Ortiz at second. And that's into the dirt.
Squeezing it a little bit, that fastball. Doesn't want to party with it. He just wants to fire it as hard as he can down.
Tell you what, nobody's left.
He's waiting for something big to happen.
Hanley Ramirez trying to pounce here. And again, Tolley will pop up and head on out to the hill.
How many mound visits have you seen over the last night? Remember, I think Vasquez came out to the mound about 100 times last night.
Felt like it.
Didn't it?
He was out there a lot. Sunday and all new Charlie Moore Outdoors. Charlie heading to Marco Island for some fun in the sun. Sunday night 6:30 right here on Nesson. That has inspired more conversation about limiting mound visits by catchers.
That's why I said it. Really drives me crazy.
A lot of talk about that. Here comes the 2-1. Ground ball to the shortstop. And Barney will throw on to first base as a run comes in to score. Bogart's touching home plate. So give Hanley the RBI as Ortiz had to stay glued to second base, and that makes it 5-2.
Looked like a pretty good pitch to hit. He just rolls over the top of it. Little RBI there, but meanwhile you're down by 3.
One away. Shaw will dig in. He has popped up, walked, and grounded to the pitcher. All of that against R.A. Dickey, who stands to gain the win, and he hasn't done that very often lately against the Red Sox. But he can win it tonight. Bounced up there again. Boy, he's down in the dirt with a lot of his pitches.
He's holding on to that fastball for dear life.
Ortiz looking to score to tighten it up. And a late cut by Shaw.
That's some quick gas, isn't it? I mean, whew.
One ball and 1 strike. Jackie Bradley on deck. Red Sox have been held to 3 hits. And now Shaw will ask for time from Chris Conroy. Yankees and Orioles tied up in their 7th inning, 5-5. The 1-1 fouled away. So to count a ball and 2 strikes. Jackie in his return to the lineup does not have a hit tonight. We'll see if the Red Sox can get Xander Bogaerts up one more time. He's 0 for 2 with 2 walks, but just scored a run. Biagini with a 1-2. Shaw has driven in 35 runs. He's been a very reliable run producer. 1-2 and just got a piece of that one.
Fouled off a pretty good pitch there.
And another meeting.
Well, you know, think about it. Tolley doesn't catch all that much. He catches just Dickey, so a new experience every time somebody comes out of the bullpen.
Ready for another 1-2. Waved at and missed. Down he goes. He strikes out. He is 0 for 3 tonight.
See why this kid is good.
Time now for our poll question presented by People's United Bank. We'll see what topics people can vote on to hear you talk about tonight on NESN Sports Today. David Ortiz with a couple of hits tonight. Price going 7. And the Red Sox getting hurt by the home run. Text your answer to 536-536. Message and data rates may apply. And Gibbons is out to take the ball away from Biagini. He'll go back on out to the bullpen. It'll be Osuna, his closer. Looking to get an out here in the 8th and finish it in the 9th. 5-2 Toronto, and we'll have more in a moment. Fans, NESN Plus has the National League Lacrosse Championship game tomorrow night at 9. For your local NESN Plus channel, visit NESN.com/NESN Plus. Well, Osuna coming on as Toronto goes to the closer. Jackie Bradley is 0 for 3. He tried to hold up, looked like he went, and he did, according to the third base umpire. Swing and a miss. For strike one.
This kid's got major league gas too. You talk about a kid 20 years old last year, pitching in postseason, did a nice job for them. Came back this year. They didn't know whether he was going to set up or not. They had Storm they made a trade for, but they're lucky they kept him as a closer.
2 down, and Poppy at second. That's high and tight. Almost got him on the arm at 95.
Well, this fastball's quick in there. You have no time to react. Jackie took him deep last year. He blew a save late in the season.
5-2 Toronto. And the 1-1. Popped him up here. Tolley coming out from behind there. Here comes Donaldson, and who'll make the play? Donaldson does in front of the mound to retire the side. So the Red Sox settle for 1 run. We go to the 9th. 5-2 Toronto. Brought to you by Xfinity. Toronto with a 5-2 lead. Dickey went 6 2/3, allowing only 2 hits. Encarnacion hit a bomb in the very first inning. For the Red Sox, Price went 7, allowing 2 earned runs. Ortiz 2 for 2 with 2 doubles and hit by a pitch. Moving on to the 9th inning, 5 runs, 7 hits for Toronto, 2 runs on 3 hits and an error for the Red Sox. And Josh Tolley leading things off by looking at a strike. He's gone 0 for 3. He'll be followed by Bautista and then Donaldson. So Ramirez will have to wade back into the Sharks at the top of their order. They're 1, 2, 3 perhaps if Encarnacion gets up to hit in this inning.
Can't be easy for this kid going up and down 5 times during the year. I don't know what that feels like.
The 1-1 on the way, man. He foul tips it. You were how old when you were called up?
I made it out of spring training when I was 20. Pitched out of the bullpen for about a month and a half, and then finally got a start. I'm just glad they took me. I didn't care what I did to get there.
Now look at our poll question. The home runs hurting leading there, and that one's down and away for a ball. 2-2.
It's pretty obvious, huh? I mean, 9 home runs. Home runs hurt anyway, but out of the bullpen, they're always costly out of the bullpen.
Cut on and missed. That one disappeared. Good changeup, and he strikes him out. And Tolle is 0 for 4.
This is the nasty changeup that he has for left-handed hitters. Coming from the side, left-handers can get a good look at you, and that ball usually tries to go down and away, but just the off-speed in the dirt gets him chasing.
Tommy Lane working in the pen. And here's Batista with 1 man out. On the night, a single and a walk. He's also flied out and lined out. Just a .232 hitter, but a lot of walks. He took his 41st walk, leading the American League in the 7th inning.
Late on the fastball after that sweeping breaking ball.
2016 CBS Health Charity Classic features more than the nation's top golfers. Don't miss the Charity Classic benefit concert featuring Grammy award-winning Lady Antebellum. That's June 28th in Providence at the Dunkin' Donuts Center. Get your tickets at Ticketmaster.com/Charity Classic Fenway. And he bends back out of the way of that fastball.
Kind of sitting on a breaking ball. You see this fastball, he reacts to it so late. Ball's not even close to him.
The 1-2. Swinging a high fly ball into left, but playable. Swihart there. 2 down. Get expert emergency care without leaving the ballpark at the Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center First Aid Station at Fenway. It's located behind Section 12 on the lower concourse. Visit bidmc.org. Donaldson now has walked twice, flied out, and struck out. 5-2 Toronto here in the 9th inning. Sox will have 8, 9, and 1 due up in the bottom of the 9th inning. That's Vasquez, Swihart, and Betts. But a couple of men are going to have to reach in order to get the game to Xander Bogaerts again, who does not have a hit. And his hitting streak could end here tonight at 26. Two out, bases empty. And the 1-1 from Noe Ramirez. Donaldson has seen him 6 times in his career. He has 2 hits, one of those a homer.
They like to sit on that little breaking ball that he throws.
2 hopper to third, and Shaw has that. And they go 1-2-3. So the Red Sox coming up. Mookie Betts to hit in the inning. 5-2 Toronto. Bruins Academy, an all-new show just for kids who love hockey. Don't miss an all-new episode tomorrow at 12:30. And to catch up on previous episodes, visit bostonbruins.com/Bruins Academy. Marco Hernandez here skies a pop-up on the first pitch, headed for the stands, and a foul strike. He's hitting for Vasquez. Of course, Marco came up with his first major league home run. Great moment for him in Baltimore.
Boy, he put a charge into that ball. You weren't expecting that. All of a sudden, boom, out of the ballpark. Big 3-run home run. Put that game out of reach for Stephen Wright, right? Made it easy for him the last couple innings.
It was on Memorial Day. Red Sox trailing here 5-2, though, in the bottom of the 9th inning, and in need of a bunch of base runners. Swihart on deck, and then Mookie Betts. Here's the 0-1. Made him move his left foot. Boy, a quiet night. As you see, Baltimore has taken the lead in the 9th inning, 6-5 on the Yankees. Very quiet night for this Red Sox offense. We haven't said that many times. 2 runs, 3 hits. That's it. And the 1-1. If these scores hold up in Baltimore and here in Boston, the Sox and the Orioles will be tied for first place come tomorrow. Sox will play in the afternoon.
This kid's already got it said 6, but 4 times he's gotten more than 3 outs. And that's a big deal nowadays with closers.
Punch foul out of play. Tomorrow afternoon at 4:05, it's Stephen Wright against Marcus Stroman, and then on Sunday at 1:35 it'll be Eduardo Rodriguez and Marco Estrada.
Give them a taste of their own medicine, huh?
As far as that knuckleball.
Yes.
All right, Dickey was pretty darn good tonight. 6 2/3, 1 run, 2 hits. Stands to take the win.
A little slider down and in.
And down he goes, hacking. 1 man gone in the Red Sox 9th.
Well, this kid's got it working. He's got that hairpiece working too in the back, huh?
Are you calling that a hairpiece?
I don't know what it is. It's the new age, right? I'm glad I didn't grow up in this era, huh? Because I wouldn't have been caught dead with that. Seriously.
A lot of things you could have done.
But that's cool now. I mean, that's cool.
Could have done a lot of things with your salad.
Yeah. I never thought I'd put it in a bun or something, but that's what's going on. We've seen Kelly have it, Buchholz have it, right?
Yep.
Hembree.
Blake Swihart 0 for 3 tonight. And with the bases empty and the Red Sox trailing by 3 runs, Mookie Betts has come to the on-deck area. Hard throwing right-hander. He deals the 1-1, and it's inside. If the Red Sox cannot rally, they will drop their 3rd in a row. Baltimore has won. That is a final now, 6-5, as that one is fouled away. So to count 2-2.
They were down, what, 5-2 at one point with that tough bullpen by the Yankees. Somebody must have given it up.
Osuna's 2-2. Came back with a slider and flicked foul. Osuna from Mexico. Really came into his own last year with 20 saves, 68 appearances.
I could imagine being 20 years old pitching in the postseason with a game on the line. 20 years old.
2-2. Up the middle. That'll get through for a base hit. Blake Swihart with a single, and the Red Sox have a man on for Mookie Betts. Mookie last time ripped a double that took a hop on the warning track out by the triangle and skipped up into the stands. He's got 1 for 3 with a walk.
Got to get somebody on for Bogey. Couple guys on for Bogey. Tie this thing up.
That was just the 4th hit by the Red Sox tonight. Mookie trying to add to it. And Osuna's first one is taken for ball 1. Pedroia next, and then Xander Bogaerts. The 1-0. Fastball pumped in. 1-1. Remember, Jackie Bradley's hitting streak of 29 in a row ended with him in the on-deck area. Tried to hold up, but that's a swing and a miss on a very tight slider. The count's 1-2.
Boy, it is hard to hold up on that when that guy's got that fastball that's coming at you. You got to get ready. You got to turn it loose. You see it out of his hand. I'm swinging.
On the breaking ball. This guy throws a lot of strikes, too. Here comes the 1-2 home. Looked like he held up there, and he did.
Boy, that was tempting. That borderline pitch that you cannot catch up with. And he lays off it.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 1 on. Red Sox are trailing by 3 in the bottom of the 9th. First of a 3-game series, and the 2-2 got a piece. One of the things Mookie's been talking about, and this has been obviously bearing out in games, he's not jumping, he's waiting.
It looks like, you know, because his hands go up and down, there's a lot of movement there, but his body is still.
He's gotten a little bit quieter lately. Big results. Swings and tags that one to right field, but there's Bautista, and there is Pilar, and Pilar will make the catch in the alley. And there are 2 down.
Bautista, he just lets Pilar have this ball. That ball's slicing to him. He just bails out of there. And I thought this was Bautista's ball. You see it slicing to him in the alley there. He says, all right, I'll just leave.
2 down for Pedroia, who's had a quiet night. He is 0 for 4. He has a streak of his own on the line of 23 consecutive games hit in against Toronto. 23-game hitting streak against this team, and that's in there for a strike. 1 for 2 against Osuna with a base hit. So there's Xander in the on-deck area. Will another Red Sox hitting streak end that way? There goes the runner. It's pop foul back out of play, so Swihart will return to first. Xander has admitted several times, yes, I think about the hitting streak. I think about it during the game.
Yeah, they'd be lying if they didn't. When it gets up to that high, you know, it's one thing, 5 or 6, 10, whatever.
This is 26 in a row. The 0-2 pitch now to Petey will not be made immediately. It will be a balk. He never threw it. And down to second base goes Swihart.
If you're going to balk, this would be the time to do it.
Well, now the second base umpire, Sean Barber, is coming to talk with the umpire. And was his foot on the rubber?
Interesting.
Because if he does that deception with his foot on the rubber, that's looks like it's on there.
He just balked.
Yeah, that looks like a balk.
Totally.
Now they're going to huddle here.
We're huddling over a measly balk in a 5-2 game. Runner means nothing. You could put him on third.
Now it's not going to be a balk. They're going to send him back to first base.
Was there timeout or what? Because he definitely balked. He was on the rubber.
And John Farrell out to talk with Jerry Meals. Red Sox are absolutely convinced it's a balk.
Yeah, I mean.
And ruled there immediately on the field, and now they send him back to first base. They have reversed.
I mean, it's you really don't want to bark at this, but he balked.
Pretty animated. And now John walks away. Check out first base umpire.
Okay, it says Bach.
Huh?
What made them change their mind? I don't know.
0-2 on Pedroia with a runner going. And a line shot, base hit into right field. Swihart taking off for third. Dustin Pedroia with an 11-game hitting streak. He's hit safely in 24 straight against Toronto, and that will get the inning to Xander Bogaerts. He has another chance.
Beautiful.
Not only that, he represents the tying run.
How about a bomb? Keep the streak rolling. We'll take a base hit. Just don't get carried away here.
Xander has walked twice tonight and scored a run. He's gone 0 for 2 with a ground to the short and a strikeout. 26-game hitting streak.
Another base hit to right for Pedroia. Had been doing it all year.
Sox trying to rally. There are 2 away here in the ninth. Ortiz on deck. And the ball outside from Osuna. Xander Bogaerts 1 for 3 against him with an RBI. And Osuna with a 1-0. That's a ball. 2-0.
You know, 2-0 pitcher tempted to try to go bridge right here. This ball misses outside corner. I mean, he doesn't want to face Ortiz, I'll tell you. It's time to party here, 2-0.
He won't chase, and it's outside for ball 3. He's throwing 97-98, but just off the black. Gibbons wanted the call. 3-0.
3 pitches right on the outside corner. This might have been the best of the 3, but they're still outside.
Yeah, Tolley tried to pull it back. First and third, 2 away, and the 3-0 pitch. And a strike.
That's low paint there. I think he wanted to get too big here. He'd love to tie this thing up, but his stroke really 3-1 fastball, that hole between first and second, keep the line moving.
Osuna with a set and a 3-1. Fouled away, a little trickler.
That's all he's trying to do. Swing, it's like he's swinging down on this ball. Look at the swing here. Straight down like he's chopping. Hand comes off the bat. The ball, it's a perfect pitch. Tough pitch to handle. Lucky to even foul it off. That ball's got some hair on it on the corner.
Blake Swihart at third base. Dustin Pedroia at first base. Red Sox down 5-2. And a red hot hitter in the batter's box. The count 3-2. Here it comes. He got him. High heat. That registered 99 on the radar gun, and that is the ball game. So the Red Sox have lost 3 in a row. They had the tying run at home plate in the ninth inning. 5-2 the final score.
You know, it's so tempting. Looking fastball, gets it, and it's just out of the zone. He's anxious. He wants to get it done. Just a tough time to end this thing.
And the end of his hitting streak at 26 consecutive games. And the Red Sox now tied for first place with the Baltimore Orioles. Adam, 5-2 the final.